You know I'm gonna leave all
Today
this
we're
in,
gonna
right?
learn about staying on beat.
Shut it.
Singing in tune.
Yeah, singing in tune. How to carry a tune. This is episode 15. We're rolling, by the way, Candice. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
And
I didn't
welcome,
know that.
and welcome to the show. Hey. You know I'm not going to be able to hear you guys with your masks on, right?
Oh, okay, my bad. But it looks so nice.
So you got a cool one. Candice got a cool one. What is that, anyways? It's a.
It's some big old lips. So my cousin actually made it for me. She drew it.
Speak of the mic there, player.
Oh,
Yes.
my cousin actually made it for me. She drew it. So
Nice.
it's
like
pretty
that.
dope.
It
It's
looks
got
like the
lips.
Rolling Stones.
It does. It's like open lips. So let me hold on. Let's just jump into
Infringement.
because we have a guest today, a very special guest.
Hey.
Hey, this is our dear friend, Candice, and I think Candice deserves a little
Candice,
How
welcome.
you doing,
irate round of
Thank
applause.
you.
Welcome
Thank
to the-
you.
Thanks
to
for
the
coming
dinner.
on because last week we got into some hot water with some female listeners, so it would only be fair to show that we're not biased. And have
it's
you
a
on.
good PR move.
Very good PR move because this is what we're all about.
Let
Well,
'em
I
know
hope I
I'm-
represent them well.
Let them know
That's
I'm
right.
not really a sexist. Please.
Only sometimes.
I got 20 on it.
I'm just kidding.
That's funny, but no, I appreciate you coming out. We've known you for I don't know a long time. Like I'm only 23, so I've known you maybe 5 years or something.
5 years.
5 years. Uh-huh.
I've known Candice since my 10th grade.
Yes.
Oh,
She was a grade
As a
younger.
freshman. Uh-huh.
So,
Oh.
Trav, I think you met her way after.
Yeah,
Same
maybe.
for you,
But for at least, what, 13 years?
Oh, at
It's
least.
it's been a long time.
Long
Yeah.
time, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Over 10 for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a long time. No, but thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys invited me. I'm excited for today.
We mentioned you on the podcast last week.
Wait, don't get too excited yet, too.
Yeah, no, this is gonna.
I might be leaving
Yeah,
heated.
no, this is gonna be real short. You're only gonna be here about 5 minutes. But we mentioned you last week, and we were talking we were having some fun, and we mentioned bottle service and stuff like that. But anyways, we appreciate you being here, and I heard through Christian that you brought us some goodies today. Is that true?
Yes.
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 What'd you bring? What'd you bring?
Let me pop it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
bust it open.
So,
We say bust it open in this.
okay, bust it open. So I know
That's what
you.
girls say, though, bro.
Hey, we ain't starting yet. Don't get me
Let's
started.
go, let's
Oh, we've
go.
been starting.
Okay, so some Four Roses.
Oh, that's what's up.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Four Roses bourbon.
Yes,
It's one of my favorites.
We gonna make some old
I
fashioned.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, what?
I love it. This is one of my favorites, and I
Hell
think I
yeah,
talked about this
Candice.
before. That's
Man,
cool.
that's like one of my favorite drinks, but I don't ever
We can't hear you, by the way.
Yes. So
said,
I love me some Jack and Coke, but this is my second go-to whenever I'm out. Is the old fashioned.
Nice,
Tight.
nice.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about this drink that makes it your go-to drink?
I just like to sip on it. It's
Right.
like it soothes the soul. Like it's
I
super
like
good.
that. I like that.
yeah.
It's like
Definitely a
comfort
sipper.
food, but liquor.
That's
Yeah.
I can
my.
dig it.
I think
Yeah.
top three.
Oh,
Top
yeah,
three for sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. And she bought the
Moscow Mule.
Oh, you bought
Perfect
the
ice
real
cube.
Whoa,
ice.
she brought.
I like that.
Yo, this is legit.
I
Legit.
like that. Okay.
So
She
you're gonna
brought-
start it off with a little bit of brown sugar inside of
Okay,
it.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't even make this at my house. and
I
you're
was
making
trying
it
to-
on the go. Dang.
I needed the little sugar cubes, but
Okay.
apparently everything.
You know, it's sad.
sold out.
I've
Oh, yeah,
had
it's,
multiple
we're-
old fashions. I never knew they put brown sugar in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
just
can.
put a little-
Yep,
Never
a
knew
little
that.
bit, and then I got some bitters that you sprinkle
Perfect.
up in there.
Perfect.
Yep, and that's all there is to it, really.
I like that.
Oh, the orange bitters too.
Yes.
This one is legit.
Yeah.
So
That's a
not
legit
easy to
drink.
find.
Thank you.
that's
Yeah.
a legit move
Yeah.
right there. Of course, you can't find any regular sugar because we're living in an apocalypse. So yeah,
True.
we'll never hold it against you, Candice.
Thank you.
But-
I do know how to make some mean drinks, just saying.
Hey, so by the way, speaking of your drinks, Candice was doing a video, I think like a week ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And okay, it was really cool, and it caught me off guard because I was watching. I was like, "Oh, okay, look at Candice go! Look at this is I don't know what you were making with seltzer, and you put the seltzer in a shaker.
Yes.
First of all, you're not supposed to put anything
No.
carbonated in a shaker, and the shit just sprayed everywhere. It was like the funniest video that I've seen.
But
in
you
probably a
kept
week.
the video going, which was
Dude,
cool.
I did.
Yeah.
You had to keep going, but I swear that stuff burned so bad. It had
Ugh.
it had jalapenos in there, so
Oh.
my eyes were
Oh, that's
on
right.
fire.
That's right. That's right.
What were you making? A jalapeno? What?
It was what was I
A
making?
mint.
hot shot.
A jalapeno mint cucumber cocktail.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's
That's
been
funny.
doing the most on the with the videos, and that's awesome. Keep yourself busy.
Are they on YouTube or Facebook only?
They're on YouTube too.
Oh,
It's
that's what's up.
Cocktails with Candice. Go check me
Hey,
out.
huh.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, hey.
I like that. I like
Say it
that.
again.
I'm just kidding.
No, say it again.
No,
What is
that's-
it? Say it
go
again.
ahead.
It's Cocktails with Candice.
Okay.
On
Nice.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Hey,
Look, I'll
Yeah.
Yeah,
subscribe right
that's
now.
my signature. Don't steal it.
everybody that knows you
I
knows
can
that's
hear
your
the
signature.
subscribers now.
That's funny. You're gonna hear those bells ringing. Bing, bing, bing. Be like, oh, don't keep those notifications on at night because they're gonna be popping up.
And how often do you do the videos?
Honestly, I was just doing it for fun. My coworkers wanted me to make a drink for them when we had one of our happy hour Zoom meetings.
Now you gotta keep doing it.
Yep. Now
Right?
you
Yeah,
got
gotcha.
it.
Now,
So I-
now you're committed.
Yep.
That's how we got
Yeah.
stuck.
Ah,
We're trying to get out of it. You can't, Candice.
it's like, wait a minute, again?
But that's cool. I really like those videos, Candice, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you want to check out our videos too, you can check them out on YouTube. I think they're all up. I think we got like 13 or 14 of those YouTube videos. Our episodes are. I think look at it. We got one going right now.
Oh, word?
Did you like our background there? It's our.
This? I don't understand.
We're
What
in
is this?
we're in an undisclosed location today, outside of the Irate Studios.
Is it cold?
It's it might be a little warm. It might be a little warm. I don't know.
Is it windy? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Is it where we
We'll have
are?
to see. We'll have to see what's up. But yeah, we made a couple additions to the Irate Studios.
To the desert.
To the desert.
We're actually in the New York hospital right now. So
Oh shoot!
The ventilator.
yeah,
Hey, don't breathe on me.
with the ventilators.
Hey, no, that's not funny.
Well,
Which part? Which part?
listen.
Desert part.
If we can't laugh through this,
Yeah, no, I know.
then
I
we're
know.
really gonna have a hard
Yeah.
time because
If we don't laugh, we're gonna die through it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, either the drones are gonna kill you or the COVID is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One
No.
or the other.
One or the other. But look at these cubes, man. This is dope.
I know, this is so damn fancy.
I know this is super. This is a real deal. Holyfield right here.
She's been making them since she introduced them, so give her some time.
Okay.
These are. I mean, these are not easy drinks to make.
No.
Well, it's very delicious. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Where's yours?
Yeah, what's up with this?
Oh, good looking.
Oh, hell no.
Oh yeah. Look.
Save the best for last.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But that Four Roses though, that's got a nice little.
Little.
It's very round
It's
flavored.
smooth, right?
Yeah, very
Alright,
round
bet.
flavored.
How do you say that in Spanish?
I don't speak Cuatro Roses.
No,
I don't know.
backwards.
Rosas.
Rosas Cuatro.
I'll be the bilingual one here,
Yes.
Thank
which
you.
Yes.
which I'm
I
not. but
try.
that's
I
okay.
try.
Yes.
Four Roses. Yeah, that's what's up.
Rosas Cuatro. How you say smell?
Smell?
Yeah.
Like this. Smell.
Se le mele. Like a
It's
whoop.
smelly. It says
okay,
it says
okay.
smelly.
Yo, what's that you muddling with?
I like that. It's a plastic thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like I'm at like
Yeah.
Yard House or
I know.
Yeah, that's what's
Whiskey.
up.
I'm waiting to see some flair
Whiskey
up in this
bar.
bitch.
Oh damn!
Oh,
And she brought the
all
orange.
of a sudden.
This is
there's
what's
an
up.
orange.
Just kidding, because I didn't bring a knife. So
Oh, that's cool. Just pop it open.
we'll
Just bust it open.
rub some on it.
Okay.
Stick your fingernail in there,
So
girl.
is-
We ain't afraid.
So is this called rimming?
Yes.
Okay, cool. cool.
Well,
no, I'm just saying, like, it's
On
like,
the
you know,
orange.
like, okay, yeah, yeah. What? I don't get
That's
it.
what's up. Thank you, Candice, very much.
Thanks, Candice.
Thank
there
you.
you go.
Appreciate it.
Smells
How much
delicious.
I owe you?
Yeah, seriously. This will cost you $82 at Yard House, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I
82
appreciate
for
that.
sure.
Thank you so much. This is like a double pour.
Yeah.
I like
toast to
that.
you, too.
Toast
Cheers.
to
Hey, cheers, Candice. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
cheers,
Cheers to Candice. What's your YouTube again?
Cocktails with
Cocktails
Candice.
with
Cocktails with
Candice.
Candice.
Cheers to Cocktails with Candice.
Yes.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. Mm.
You
Definitely.
trying to get me drunk?
Ooh.
This is
Yeah,
strong
that's a
as
good-
hell.
strong.
You like
That's
it?
one tasty burger.
Oh my god.
Hey, everyone, look right there. all at once.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, here we go.
With your drink.
Oh, with your drink. Put your,
Sorry,
this is for our thumbnail right here.
Yes.
So cool. Yeah, good looking out. Appreciate that. So Travis, Christian.
I'm about to take mine out.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
It's the AC's down in the iRate Studios today.
I'm feeling cool.
That's good.
I'm good.
It's gonna cook the COVID.
Yeah.
That's how. That's what I like to say.
Okay.
I've been out in the sun all week.
It looks like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Indie-ish.
I'm looking hell of attractive, as
Dang.
the ladies would say. I'm just kidding.
I
You're
need
making
some
me
sun
nervous.
bad, man. I need some sun.
Yo,
Yeah,
you need to
see,
get out,
you-
man. I mean,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
you need some sun either, or take
You're
some
not
supplements.
pasty.
Well,
Huh?
pasty.
No, I mean he's not pasty.
Pale.
Pale. Are you
More
pale?
If you feel pale, that means you need some sun.
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, you
a
feel
lot.
pale
not
for sure.
feel, Look.
You,
Feel.
you
Oh.
don't look pale.
I mean,
okay.
look how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some sun.
Yeah. You think? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
There's plenty
Yeah, you
out,
could do
man.
some yard
I'm
work. get a
tan
lot
all
of
year
sun there.
round, so
That's true.
Let's not go that far.
I
Okay,
got
let's
some
say,
yard work.
That's
Hold
true.
on, player.
Wow.
Here we
That's
go.
true. How did your
Candice did.
how was your week, Travis?
My week was busy, man. It's my week was busy. It was unusual how busy it was. It feels like full dead on summertime. That's when we were, our busiest.
Yeah.
But it's busy now, and it's not even close to the month where it should be busy. So.
Does it feel like
Mhm.
the normalcy's back
hell
where it
no.
was? No.
No, we're like somebody in my job said we're doing business as usual, but during unusual times.
Mm.
You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
great way
So
to put
it's
it.
a very weird way that we're like gaining our business,
Yeah.
but it shows that there's a huge area in our business that we're not tackling. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Or I don't know. Maybe you can answer. Maybe
Mhm.
candidly, for once. And I won't dig too deep. But are like people? How does your company handle people not being able to pay rent at this time?
They're actually real chill about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a private?
It's one of those federal things where they can't do shit about it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, there's been a demand that came down from the governor's office. It's like, yo, you can't kick nobody out for any reason whatsoever until this date. So we have to be chill. So by us being chill about it, allowing people to pay late or not gain any penalties, people are accepting that. We're unusually low when it comes to people not paying their rent compared to other like large conglomerate companies in LA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we've had some losses, but not a lot.
I know there's a lot of privately owned properties that I mean they have rights, but it's the like we talked before, like it's going to be the property owners that are going to be suffering,
Yeah.
not necessarily renters. You can always go find another place to live,
Yeah.
but those commercial condos, apartments, and sheesh, townhomes.
I think from one perspective they will be, as far as like renters that need to rent and it's not extra income. You feel me? Like that's their sole income. But renters that are renters for like supplement income,
Yeah.
they're considered the renter. You know what I mean? A lot of these people don't claim people renting their house. Like they still have it like they're renting or living in a house or whatever, or a
Yeah.
family member. So they get the same what's the word? Like slack on paying the rent that the renters do.
Do you send
You did?
notices like normal? Everything's normal?
Everything's normal except the threatening notices to pay
Oh,
rent or
yeah,
quit.
yeah.
You feel me? So like if you smoke a weed, we're gonna send you a notice.
Oh,
but
just normal stuff.
the
yeah,
trump card is we
loud
can't do anything about it. You
Yeah,
can
well, what do you mean? Like if there's
because
loud?
the worst thing that can happen when you're renting is they can kick you out.
Yeah.
But we can't kick nobody out. So it's like it's like a like what are you gonna do? Send me
Yeah.
80 notices? You
Yeah.
can't kick me out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and then even if you do get the notices, you just can't renew. You still get to stay in
there.
your lease unless they're super aggressive about it and like kick you out for sure. But yeah, it's business as usual. It's just busy as hell, but everything's online, which I love.
Yeah.
That's
makes it
good.
easier for you, right?
Well,
Hell
it's-
yeah, I've been telling them to do that for years.
It's
but
better for the people who come in and have like anxiety and shit. I
what?
always think about that. Like I never want to go places. Like I haven't been to like Walmart or Target. Like this is almost 2 months, dude,
right.
because of this dumb
I'm
stuff.
gonna have to throw
And
some
it's-
ginger ale in here.
Oh,
This
do your
shit
thing, please.
Kicking my ass.
Oh yeah. This is
Not that I'm afraid. It's just I get so anxious because
very
everyone is
afraid.
on edge and everyone is anxious themselves,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's like a
we-
big ball of
yeah.
anxiety, and I hate it. I hate it.
Feel that. You for sure feel that.
Yeah, but it's cool that everything's online. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just the wave. But what'd you put in there, dude?
Ginger.
Oh.
You want some?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I do. That's cool. This is delicious, by the
Yeah,
way.
no disrespect to the drink, but
Never.
it's doing like the three
Uh-huh.
ninjas
Y'all
King
just
Mac
weak.
in
Uh-huh.
my throat right here.
No, it's getting me
No,
too. It's
yeah.
getting my. It's knocking out this.
Just gotta take it, bro. You
I think.
gotta-
I think.
Exactly.
Sweat
I
it
think
out.
this is.
I know,
I
right?
went to a doctor and they said I have some crown something.
Oh,
Corona.
Oh.
It's
yeah,
called
yeah.
a Corona. Say it with me.
From Circle Down.
The Circle K Corona.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All my antibodies are looking real nice. I'm ready for the next wave of COVID.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that COVID 20.
I just had some Corona.
Whoa.
Corona. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, you know what? That messed it up, dude. That messed it up.
What?
The ginger ale.
It
It
did?
did for me.
Yeah, but it made it easier.
Disrespected the drink.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
why.
sorry.
Nah, that Four Roses. Damn, I shouldn't have did that. I fucked
okay.
up. Can we rewind in
It's
time?
okay. You could finish
Yeah.
that one, and we'll pour you a new one.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
what's
There you
up.
go.
That's
Down
tight.
it. Down.
Yeah.
I'm just
Dang,
I know, right?
old-fashioned?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are good though. They really are. And you know
No,
what?
for
I
real.
wouldn't be bold enough to bring all that stuff.
Mhm.
I
That
don't
was
make this
tight.
on my own. I don't make this. I only
Yeah.
order it. Like Jack and Coke all day because it's two things.
Yeah.
It's like brown
That's-
sugar, the ice cube,
Bitter, the orange
Yeah,
bitters.
Too many recipes.
No,
for-
it's simple. It's less than
Nah.
3.
No, it's
Fine.
No, it's your bitters,
That's
your brown
one too many-
sugar,
okay, if it's 3, it's one too many recipes.
True that.
Yeah.
and then
Because you
the-
don't count ice.
Yeah, you don't count
Uh,
ice. Mhm.
I think the most intricate one we had was I think the Jameson ginger.
Oh, the mule.
The mule.
Oh yeah,
that
we
was-
okay, yeah, we
that
did.
was-
We made some mules.
Yeah, I'm just a 1-2 boom.
Yeah.
No, this is delicious.
Yeah.
This is get to the business.
Candice.
This yeah.
You thought I was gonna bring like a strawberry daiquiri.
I
or
thought
something,
so.
huh?
For
I was
sure.
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I seriously thought you were gonna bring like a
Mhm.
blender, like I'm doing margaritas.
I know.
she-
This is
actually, I didn't
umbrellas.
know. So this is like, I
Yeah.
didn't know. This is dope.
Yeah,
She did
no,
this.
thank
I can't
you.
believe she brought those big cubes.
I know. Yeah. No, I
That's
think
the only way to
I
have
think
an
you
old
were
fashioned.
You're right. You're
playing
right.
to the audience and you hit it right on the head.
You're right.
For sure.
That's tight.
Oh,
Christian,
well,
how was your week, dude?
my week was
What's going on
same
with
as
you?
the week before. I didn't really do much.
It's like Groundhog Day up in this week.
No, for real.
It is like Groundhog Day, but I didn't do much this past week. It went fast, so that was good. Usually, or sometimes the
Yeah.
week just takes forever. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
waiting for Regina to come chill with us because she's
Yeah.
still working.
Yeah.
So Friday, it's like through Sunday is like a normal weekend. Oh, let's chill, you know. So
Mm.
nothing, man. Nothing exciting. Nothing. Nothing to brag about. Talk about really.
I'm gonna ask you in a minute, but this week. Actually, this whole month went by really fast for me because it seemed like it had
Felt like
only
it was 2 months,
like
but yet
15,
it went
15
fast.
days or something.
Yeah.
But the last like January, February, March, it was like hella long. But
Mhm.
I mean, thank God I've been kind of busy.
The days are going shorter. You're saying?
Yeah, like because I've been doing more stuff, and it's like also because I'm commuting also, and it takes
Some time out your
a
day.
couple hours a day extra. So it goes by
How's
really
traffic
fast.
been?
Yeah.
Traffic was
Getting up there with people.
That was last week. This
We
week
talked about it being increased a little bit.
it
this week,
increased.
right?
I think today I noticed that it was heavier going to LA, but
Mhm.
a little lighter coming back to the IE.
But this is probably some of the best traffic you've hit like ever.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting from Universal home in 35 minutes, and in both ways actually in the
Wow.
morning.
Never-
35
never
minutes,
again.
and I was like, oh damn, I'm here already.
I know, right?
That's what's up. Let
can
me get some
wake up.
McDonald's.
Turn the Tesla off.
Let me get a sausage McMuffin with egg. Yeah.
2 for $4.
Hell
Yeah, man. Going out to
Ah.
get something to eat is like the new outing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't been anywhere. This is the only place I've been really.
I've been
Walmart
cooking.
a couple times, not Target. Fast food joints. Yeah, really just laying low.
That's cool though.
Same here,
yeah.
same here. But yesterday I actually ended up deciding to don't hate on me.
Not hating.
I went to
You
the
got
beach.
your nails done.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw your little story on
Yes,
Instagram.
but I
What's
went
your Instagram? What's your Instagram name?
Canbrianne03.
Okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I saw that on your story. How was the
You
weather?
went to
It,
the beach?
it was kind of cool. Yes, but there was nobody around. Like I didn't go on the weekend because I knew it was gonna be crazy with
Cracking,
all those
yeah.
Shoulda
people
went.
there. But we went
During the
to
week, huh?
Newport and went off like not right on the or like on the pier,
Good.
a little bit of ways,
Good
and
for
there was
you.
maybe like 6 different people there, and they all kind of spread
Perfect.
out. So
Good.
it was nice.
You guys should have had a picnic.
Is Newsom still giving out rewards for snitching?
Let me tell you something about Newsom.
Hey,
Oh no, here we go.
Fuck him.
Go ahead.
Dang, that's dope though. Ken.
I could totally see you 75. Fuck him. He was no good. Fuck
I
Newsom.
think it's
Newsom
for me,
screwed
the way I
us.
feel is I'm kind of over this. I need to get out.
Well, you're not
Kind
the
of
only
or
one.
over
Yeah.
it?
Of course.
Kind of, or like I'm over it. Like
I'm
if we
over
start,
it.
if we protested downtown
I'm not gonna go
Riverside
protesting.
May 3rd at 7:30 p.m., would you join?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
Nah.
We
No?
not ready.
No.
I'm
I ain't
barely
gonna-
leaving
Not
my
ready
house to get some food. I'm gonna
True
go
that.
protest.
I ain't gonna
True
go
that.
protest. That's stupid.
No.
Like, nah, it's not about that. When it comes time to protest, then there's a time to protest. When it's time to rebel, it's time to rebel. That's what I'm saying.
This sounds like an Independence Day speech.
Hey, listen, listen. You're gonna listen.
Can
to,
you
You're
turn
gonna-
this into the
You're
Independence Day
gonna you're gonna listen to this episode in about 5 years and
because
watch.
we will not go quietly into the
That's
night.
right.
Get
That's
that
right.
background
Yeah, you
music
know?
going now. Go, bro.
Independence Day.
We're gonna survive.
I could have been at a barbecue.
Fight for your freedom.
So, Candice, let me ask you this, and if you don't mind, can you tell? Okay, listen.
See, that drink is strong.
It is strong, so good. So you're a teacher.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask you because I asked these guys, and I told you what's our week is like. Since you are basically out of work, not out of work, but you're off of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, how does it affect what's going on? What's the biggest up and the biggest down that
From not working.
from not
yeah.
working at a school?
I got questions.
Okay, honestly, a lot of people don't know, but it is exhausting. I feel like I'm working harder right now than I do when I'm at work.
You're learning new stuff or adjusting, right?
Yeah, I have to learn all this distance learning stuff. We're accessible.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, distance learning. So we're basically teaching students from our house to their homes, but it's crazy because we're accessible to parents from all day long, like from morning all the way to night.
Yeah.
What? School hours, right?
Mhm,
Wait a
and-
minute.
and
When you say
past
all
it.
day long, there's no time period where they.
I mean,
hit you?
we can put a time strain. Like we created office hours, so I have office
okay.
hours.
so they can drop in and be like,
Yeah.
"You need help
Mhm.
on this."
But
Wow.
but the first week of it, first 2 weeks of it, I mean, you're just getting messages from everybody because it's new for everyone. So you're working as an IT tech person. You're working
Everything.
as everything.
Some of these people never even used the camera before or Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's one of the most common questions you get from parents?
Well, I teach special education, so a lot of it is just it's we're so hands-on with our kids
Right.
when with our students because you kind of have to be when you're
Yeah.
teaching them and doing
It's
things like that.
different, huh?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different. So it's just learning how to teach them or what's the proper way to teach. And so it's just a lot of modeling, sending videos, sending links to what
Like
you
what's
can,
okay,
yeah, what
what's
you can
too
do,
much.
and
Yeah, I
then
feel
just like the time, like a lot of times. At school, you're working or you're in class for 5-6 hours a day, but we don't expect that for the kids at home. But then you have there's a wide array. Like there's people that are in not so good households right now. So
you got those students?
you got. I mean, I don't right
Okay,
now.
okay. You're just talking in
Yeah,
gen-
just
yeah,
in
general.
general,
Yeah,
like.
I got you.
What about Wi-Fi? Is that an issue?
Oh
Does
yeah,
everyone have access?
Even with us, like my son and I were the first week of distance learning, he hadn't done anything yet because his spring break was different. But when we both started doing it, we were on the computer, and one of us would glitch out because the Wi-Fi
much,
wasn't
yeah.
strong
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
to do it. And so families that have like 3-4 kids,
Yeah.
like it's ridiculous. Or if their parents are still
everyone
working,
has- yeah.
yeah, it's just it's a
Or work
harder
from
way.
home.
And typically, it's just like two Wi-Fi
But
access points per house
Yeah.
tops.
Yeah.
Or one. I'm sorry, one.
Yeah.
But you got that additional one sometimes, so it does lag. It does.
How about the parents and the kids? Like, did everybody have a computer?
We've offered computers to everybody. Most of the districts have offered, and so everyone should have one now because we've been giving them away if it's one household per device or one device per household.
Oh, is that?
But it's not mandatory. So
That's what's up.
like what we have is say there's 30 kids and only 10 are participating in it.
I'll be like, I'll mail my homework in. You'll get it at the
Right?
end of the summer.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's some families out there.
That's what I
that
mean.
They don't want anything to do with screens, right?
Yeah.
They don't want their kids involved or introduced to screens until a certain age because they want to teach what they need to teach in their views or whatever. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I wish I was like that, but my kids are just always on the screens like most of our
Yeah.
kids these days. So it's rare. So like if I were a parent and I didn't want, what's our alternative if I didn't want a computer in my house, right? Is there an alternative? Can you send me a packet?
Teachers can if they, but we're advised not to because we're not supposed to be going out to a home to drop stuff
No,
off.
like mail it. from the.
If we mail it, it's with our own money. The district won't mail stuff for
gosh.
us. Yeah.
So
So
they have one model,
Mm-hmm.
internet.
Well, you can
Yeah.
go and like pick up stuff from the like when they're doing the food deliveries. You can pick up packets that way.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just it's
You know,
it's completely
the government just gave us $1 trillion, right?
Like a
Two-
trillion and one.
2
And
trillion.
that one for everything education.
Come on, man, that's messed
Uh-huh.
up.
Do you feel like are you like at right now with everything going on? Do you think that they've taken care of everything? Generally speaking, with the way that they pay you, teach their students, engage with their students, do you think it's beneficial this way, or does it take something back besides being face to face with the student? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yep. No, I think face to face is hands down the best way to teach ever. Like you need that interaction, you need that face to face. But I think with what we've been given, teachers are doing the best that they can.
Is it a
with
positive alternative?
It is compared to kids not doing anything at all. I've learned a lot just from
these few weeks or whatever?
challenging myself to
Really?
do things or do techie stuff that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm
on the
continuing to learn
techie side, huh?
yeah, and this is probably going to be something once we do go back on. Like I created a website with my other SH teachers, and it's something that we'll use when we're back in face-to-face classrooms.
So that's
so
a
there are
positive.
some
Yeah,
good stuff
yeah.
coming from it. It's just, I mean, everybody grades so different.
Yeah,
Everything's going to be lenient kind of right now. It's I think just personally, like when you look back into it, like a couple years from now, they're like, oh, those are 2020 grades. They didn't really matter. But
Wow.
Is that how it goes
sorry,
nowadays?
people.
Is that how it goes now?
Well,
that's
no,
the
just
look, huh?
It's like if you
don't know-
graduated in 2020, did
Like
you
a
really
college would be
graduate?
Like, oh, well, you got A minus.
like you
This is
kind of like
Harvard
don't look at that. Well, because you don't know if parents are giving the answers to whatever test, if we're doing tests, and it's just all enhancement stuff. So it's good. I always say do the work and have the kids do stuff because they're gonna keep that brain going, and knowledge is power, that type of stuff. But we're being graceful with everything right now.
So you being on the inside track, what do you hear in regards to when they're going to let you go back to school?
Oh man, there's so many rumors right now. There's
Bunch
so
of rumors,
there's
huh?
so
even
many.
even the
rumors.
teachers don't know.
No. We hear.
School, the
Do you-
principals don't know.
Yeah, but do you think that's
Athletic
fair
directors.
to you?
Oh no, we're always the last ones to find out. And it's not fair. So one of my coworkers just actually texted me a little picture about Governor Newsom saying that we might start. I don't know how true this is because I haven't done my research on it yet,
Yeah.
but might start as early as July. Start an early school year. But then we've also heard that we might. Do modified schedules where only half of the classes come in at a certain time or half day. There's so many different rumors going out,
for you.
but
Interesting.
Yeah, a bunch of rumors. We don't know what's real. Right?
oh,
I think the next big hurdle, just as far as like, I think everybody kind of can anticipate that everything's going to open back up soon, but not like as soon as they would like it. But I think the dead point for people to be like to their, teetering point is 4th of July. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's where it's
That's where it's gonna get weird. Yeah,
That's where it's like, if you don't open up something, you don't have to open it.
And
we
you're
just
not
bum
how
rushing the
much
beaches, the
independence are you
parks,
selling or
Okay, so let me
celebrating?
the
ask you-
fireworks, all that. Like, you think fireworks are expensive last year?
Yep.
Let me ask you this. So, in of all the weeks that we've been talking about this stuff and been going
Months.
through this shit, so do you think it's more than just like just a virus, or do you think it's a power play? Do you think it's political? Do you think it's,
I think it's
all
all.
science?
I
What
think
is
it's
it?
everything.
I think it's a big combination of everything:
Yeah.
mind games, real, and fake at the same time.
I think it's okay. So like, you know how like when the cartels get wiped out, and then there's this void that has to be filled.
See?
I think by this happening and failing miserably, like they didn't expect it to go like this.
Yeah.
They expected people to be less woke, less more obedient, and they expected people not to be able to translate, information so fast. I think that it failed miserably. So now there's a void in power. I think that people tried to make desperate moves to take over. And I think one of the biggest signs is in Russia, he had bound the Rothschilds banking system, the Federal Reserve, and they're like the biggest cartel on the planet.
Yeah.
So by
and he doesn't want their money.
He doesn't want the money because he knows that by taking that money,
If there's
you
anyone
take over
corrupt
that
here,
role.
it's going to be me.
Exactly,
And that's cool.
exactly.
I get it.
But you also have people that are in power like that understand that true power is controlling your currency, like homeboy that got assassinated.
JFK?
No, the African dude.
Donald Trump? Oh,
No.
that didn't happen yet. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. No, Gaddafi. So like Russia is moving towards what Gaddafi did, was trying to create his own currency, try to take the power back. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
I don't know anything about that. I know it's just a bunch of stuff. That stuff, like, what is that real? Is it
I think the
fake?
map
Is
of
it,
our...
How do you feel about everything that you just
There's a
talked
little
about?
bit of truth in all sarcasm. I truly believe that. So everything that comes up as an idea that's like, oh, that may be true. It sounds about true, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
I think there's a little truth in everything, and then things adjust as people find out more truth, so that way they can sidestep what people already know.
Yeah.
So I think it's not a coincidence that Kim Jong-un died and Russia is trying
we
to
don't
make
know
a power
on
play.
that still.
They haven't
Yeah.
announced
We
it
still don't know.
officially.
That fool's dead.
That fool is
Yeah,
dead.
he's
Or he's
dead.
playing, or he's playing the
dead.
meanest game of Weekend at Bernie's
No,
ever.
but he might be
Yo,
playing us
that
like
oh my
Tupac,
God,
you
that
know?
meme was
Yeah.
hilarious. No, but I
He's
think
alive
that
somewhere, man. I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's just me.
Speaking of Tupac, there was a
Yeah.
guy from Kentucky named Tupac Shakur.
Oh,
Oh, I see that there.
And they tried to get him for
Yeah.
fraud, and he was like, "No,
Shut
man, I
up.
just changed my name. My name is Tupac Shakur. I changed it."
so check this out.
White dude, right?
The governor got all
Yeah,
pissed
that
at him. What the? Get out of here.
One more thing I want
People
to
are
point out
crazy.
about Russia
Okay, only one more.
that people aren't paying attention to. So there's
Russia.
3 things that happened. They kicked out the Rothschilds. North Korea is wide open as far as like military takeover.
Yeah.
And Russia started this whole oil competition that drove the price under the dollar. Like it's literally negative.
It's always the
Those
Russians
3
do.
things you probably couldn't accomplish 20 years ago if you had a decade to plan it out.
Mhm.
But those 3 things were accomplished within like a few months.
1 month.
1 month.
Everything fell
Probably
apart
years
in
in
1 month.
planning. But they're
Years in
big.
planning, for
They're
sure.
big. What I'm
I
trying to
can't
point out is
stand-
they're big, significant things that happen that don't just have no consequence or no action behind it. People need to pay attention to it.
Well, that's the thing. Listen, who's getting in trouble? Who's taking the first step? Like nobody. Like what about all the insider trading that took place right
Yeah.
before
Those are
the shit went down.
peanuts.
I'm
I
gonna
think
take
those
the
are
first step
peanuts
on
compared.
but-
asking Candice for another drink.
But the
Yeah.
thing, like,
Okay.
who went to jail
I got
for
you.
insider trading was Martha Stewart. Like, come on,
Yeah.
give me a break.
Yeah.
How they gonna put
There's
Martha
a
Stewart in
sen-
jail?
there's
They're
a-
not gonna put this
There's a
fucker Bill
senator that
Gates in
should be
fucking
in jail
jail.
right now for insider trading. Homeboy that dumped his shares after he had the meeting with his private golf club.
Yeah,
Before Corona, he said, "Yeah, you guys should take this serious. It's going
Yeah.
to damage the economy." He should be in jail right now.
Yeah,
That's like
so,
blatantly.
I mean, how is any of this fair? How is it? Okay, this is what
Life
pisses
isn't
me off,
fair.
and I'll be honest with you. Like, how is
Yeah.
it fair for you? Thank
I
God.
didn't do anything.
Hold on.
Hey,
Oh,
Trev,
okay.
you're all right. You're all
Thank
right.
God you have a
Jesus.
job
Easy.
that you
Don't
can go to.
come,
But
Yeah.
if not having a job and losing your job just
Yeah.
because of somebody's power ploy, like how mad should you be? And how
Mad enough to do a class action lawsuit against the government.
Okay, but beyond
I
that,
think there's gonna be so many lawsuits after this.
I hope
like,
so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm all for that type
If
of
you
stuff.
aren't a part, if you are a part of this, and it doesn't come, and the information comes out, there should be one of the largest lawsuits against the United States government that anyone's ever seen. No, I'm dead ass serious, yo. Because if this was unnecessary
They'll
for
be
us
like-
to literally leave our jobs, for businesses, small businesses are going to be completely gone.
Wiped out,
When
yeah.
everything opens back up, just drive down Alessandro towards Moreno Valley and see how many shops are closed down.
yeah,
You dig? They still got to pay rent. They got to pay their vendors. They got to pay electricity. They got to pay all these contracts that are in place. And they live month to month. You know what I mean? Like everything's affected. So everything will be shut down for a long time. If you're an entrepreneur, it's going to be the best. It's going to be like the gold rush.
yeah.
Like you could have a basic T-shirt shop and probably become a millionaire after this.
I hope
Thanks,
so.
Candice.
You know what I
Candice,
mean?
maybe not
So
the
there's
There's
ways to look up at it.
There's a because there's some small businesses who don't have any kind of protection. You know what I mean? They don't have any. They can't get a loan from, you
Yeah.
know, from the state.
Well, after everyone's credit gets jacked up, how do you determine who gets a loan?
There you go. That's
Yeah,
but
so
that's
this is
another
like-
thing.
That's another
This is
business
very-
stimulus they'll come out with.
Oh, this is my
Hey,
shit.
Trav,
What?
can you introduce the next drink that you got for us? Because you did bring drinks
This
too.
one?
Candice was just
So
so
you know,
generous to bring us additional drinks.
I found this. I'm just keep it real. I found this on sale for $27.99. That's a steal.
Oh, hey.
What?
This
That
shit
is.
usually goes for like $36 or
Little
whatever. So
up
I
there.
had to get it when it was on sale. So I was gonna bring this anyway. But we got 2 browns.
What is it though, Trey?
It's Hennessy. Oh yeah, Hennessy.
Old Faithful.
Yes, Old Faithful,
Great.
Mr. Finesse.
Candice, how do you like? Do you love not love? Do you drink Hennessy, or do you like try to stay away from it, or is like
No.
when you're out and about? Wait, I'm gonna get there. Wait, this is the third option. Candice,
This is fire.
and for our listeners, Candice is single, right?
What?
Ready to mingle. So like,
What?
word?
that
So
reminds
word?
me of my
so,
question. Go
so
ahead,
when
go
a
ahead,
dude
go ahead.
like you're at the bar, you're stepping
Yeah.
out, and what do you drink when you go to the bar? What do you drink?
Jack and Coke.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
So that's like most of our drinks, or like we can all drink that and like chill together, right?
But
It's
that's
a
another
safe
reason
drink.
why we get along with Candice so
Yes.
well.
Yeah, if we're out and about,
Yes.
like we're out right now, hey, 4 Jack and Cokes, that's like a solid, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But like if a dude like, guys, Candice, like what's up, already. You know the game. Let me get you a Hennessy. You know what I mean? Like
I know
that's
where
a
this is
different
going.
vibe than like Jack and Coke, right?
Mhm.
Or like a vodka, whatever, water, whatever. How do you feel about Hennessy overall in those 3
I
aspects?
think it matters on how he looks.
That's true. That's true.
It matters how thirsty
Hey,
I am.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
how
if
desperate?
No, not desperate.
Yeah.
Like how
Bougie.
Right.
A little bougie. A little
Or
bougie.
you could be like, what am I trying to do tonight? What's he, what's
Hey.
his
What's
wallet
he trying to
looking
do?
like? You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, if-
Trying to Netflix and make popcorn.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, if a cute guy bought me Hennessy, I'd have a second thought. You know what I'm saying?
he's on Hennessy.
First of all, if someone ever asks you if you would like a shot or a drink of Hennessy at the bar, please run away. No.
Was that your move back in the day?
Hell no. That's like asking somebody if they, hey, would you like
What was your move? What was your move
a
then?
little, my move? I would always offer to buy someone a drink, and I'd be like, oh, you want a drink? Okay, just give me a sec. I'll be right back. And never buy the drink. Because what's going to happen is she's going to be like, she's going to play it off cool. She's going to be like, where's this?
Where's my drink?
See,
Yeah.
That's how you gotta get. That's how you gotta get his last name. Like,
No.
Yeah, no.
When I was younger, I used to take drinks all the time. Like,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
Young
yeah.
college student, okay, single mama.
Yes.
Yep, go ahead, bring them
Yes.
on. Now I'm like, I'm good, because then they're
Yes.
gonna want to talk to you, and you just want to have a good time. Like,
Damn.
nah,
This
just
is-
yeah.
This is
no.
the part of the podcast.
Buy the
I
drink
love,
and
like,
She
Get the
just
hell
wanted
outta
to get
here.
there, get the drink, get some drink in her,
And go.
and shake that ass.
There you
I
go.
know. Look. I observe like a lot. Like Candice,
Mhm.
you've been my girl for a long time. You see me through a lot of ups and downs in my life, and vice versa, right?
Yep.
Friend stuff, right? And we've been out, and like we were saying, our drink is Jack and Coke. We switch it up to Hennessy. But like, what do you like to do with your girls? Just strictly girls when you go out. What's the drink when you guys go out? Is it the same or is it
It
different?
depends on the time of day. Like if it's in the
Yeah.
morning, give me some mimosas, some
Okay, yeah.
champagne,
Some tequila.
a Bloody Mary, you know,
Okay.
that type of stuff. If it's
Okay,
going
of
out
course.
for lunch, then I'll have a mojito. Like I like
You
it
do
all.
like- you
I
do
like
like
all
a-
the alcohol. So that's just
Oh,
you know
and-
me, you know.
And fellas, she can cook too. She could cook. Just so you guys know, she's hooked it up with the best dinners, random dinners after we were out drinking. Me and my brother were like waiting there like hyenas. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
man, what
true.
you got, Candice? She always hooks it up. So thank you for
Thank
always
you,
hooking it
thank
up,
you.
Candice.
I love to. I love to cook. I love to
so you
be
like to host.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
do.
love to host. I like people to be happy. Like if you're not having a good time, I'm gonna make you have a good time
There you
somehow.
go.
So
Yeah, that's
Candice-
true.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've always loved about Candice.
Yeah.
Candice, if they're okay, first of all, you can call this girl literally any time of day, and she'd answer the phone and say, "Hey, yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
like,
if
what's
you
going
need her,
on?"
you need- yeah, she'll be there.
Yeah, and you don't. She won't
Aw.
even be like
Upset.
or
Yeah.
even wondering about. She doesn't care.
She don't care.
That's
That's if you call her. But if you text her,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
ain't getting back to you for
Oh,
18
man.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with text. I'm
Dang.
horrible. I have no
Candice, I
excuse
need
now.
you.
Yeah.
And then she'll reply, are you alive still? 3 days later.
Not
"Yes, man."
anymore.
Or I'm like literally, I'm
Nah, I'm with
always
Jesus.
on
I'm
the
with
go.
Jesus right now.
I'm-
Check the river bottle.
Hey,
Jeez.
I'm
Me and
always
Moses
on
are
the
chilling
go.
right now.
Hey, what's if you were at the bar? What's one drink a guy would order that you wouldn't respect?
Ooh.
A Mai Tai.
Oh, where? You'll judge him right off?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you on that. Mai Tai, huh?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Really?
I think okay, so
Or a Coors
No
Light.
one
Like
like-
we ain't at the river.
Of course,
yeah.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
you
You're
might
right.
as well just say get in the back of my pickup truck. Like what the
Oh, yeah,
hell?
and the river.
Uh-huh.
Like, Candice is a girl that,
Yeah,
like,
yeehaw.
her family's like, at vacation on the river. Same weekend, like me and my brother were out there chilling by ourselves or with our team. And we're like, what up, Candice? You ready to go out? Hell yeah. Like, always down.
Always
dude.
ready to go.
Oh, Laughlin. Oh,
Always
man.
down.
That was
Laughlin.
fun times.
Laughlin's a great time.
Yeah.
And you're out there like with your parents and the family.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really dope time.
Yep.
I have a question for you guys too.
Yeah. Girls.
But I need to get another.
All right, what do you want?
Girls
sip.
and guys. Girls and guys.
I'll get this right
There's a
here.
female here. Candice, I got a quick question before he jumps into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we're all at home. Wait a minute. Oh, nothing. We're all at home. We got our wives. We got our kids. We got our almost like standard situations that we're going through because we're like, he's got the wife. I got the wife. He's got, you know what I mean? Like, how is it in your household?
Oh, man. It is
Isn't it-
so
is it
boring
like-
right now.
Because you have
For
a
real?
teenager, right?
Yes.
So it's like you have totally two different vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go at work. Like when you went to work and came home, it's like, okay, now I'm home with my son and boom, boom, boom. We're going to do whatever. Like now you have like a nonstop, I'm the mom. You're like, what's the dynamics at home?
Well, it's actually been
Woo.
pretty nice. Like
Yeah?
I've seen him more right now than
Yeah.
when I was working because
Uh-huh.
he'd get home or I'd get home from work and we'd have dinner together and then he'd go in his
Right.
room and play video games like with his
Okay.
friends. And y'all
Yeah.
love to play video games and yell. Like why
Yeah.
do you yell so
to
loud?
let them know that you can't be sniping me from halfway across the map and think that it's cool. Then you got to get your boys pumped up.
Right, and
to
the way
get
you guys
upset,
talk,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, that's how you talk to your friends. If somebody tried to
Yeah.
talk to me like that, one of my girls, I'd be mad. But anyways,
What?
other than that, so, no, it's been nice. Like we've been doing a lot more together, like just
Yeah.
watching TV or
That's what's up.
I'm working on my computer and I have him
Yeah.
sitting next to me or he's
It's
sitting
like
on the kitchen
bonding
table
time.
doing
Yeah.
his
Bonding.
work. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So it's been nice. He's still we watch that 70s show and The Office
I love
on
that.
repeat all the time.
love that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah.
I'm a huge Office fan.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Who would
But
you
it's
be if
going-
you were in the Office? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who would I be?
Kelly.
No.
Nah, no, not
Dang, I don't
Kelly.
know it like that. I don't
Now
watch
you got a
that.
thing for
Which one's
Ryan.
Kelly?
Kelly's
Kelly's
the,
like the
Indian girl.
Indian,
Oh,
But she's
like,
like,
she's like
in
always in
She's
love.
always in love, and yeah.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
but I'm
that's
too
definitely not
independent for
you.
that.
Have
No,
you
I'm
ever
just kidding.
checked out that show Superstore? I always talk about it on here.
Superstore.
Check
no,
it out.
I still haven't.
Check it out. It's like the funniest
Yeah.
show I've ever seen, to be honest.
Okay.
With you. Yep.
Okay.
And there's there's so many.
So
shows
many
that-
good shows.
Oh man.
Are they really good, or are they just good now because we're stuck at home?
Okay, so I did
No,
watch
I think it's a
Ozark,
combination of
and I
everything
loved
we do.
Ozark.
Hold on,
Oh,
one at a
I'm
time. One at a
watching that
time.
right
One
now
at a time.
too.
What up?
You're watching Ozark right now.
Yeah, I am, and she is.
I
too.
just finished it.
You just finished
Yes.
Ozark?
Just finished. No
Yes.
spoilers. Please.
Ozark?
I got my parents on it too, and they liked it a lot. Yeah.
I just finished season 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Season 1 is
Just-
the best.
oh,
dude.
yes.
That's the best.
So
That's
you
when
seen
they
them
all
all, bro?
start to
Yeah.
develop. All the character
All
development
right,
starts.
stop right there
Yeah.
because
But
I've been
why
trying
do
to
they
get
all
on
have
it.
to die? Oh my
oh wow, this
Oh,
guy.
man.
Hey, Candice, what's your go-to show besides the ones that you've been watching like right now?
Oh man.
Sex in the City.
Because I know we talk about our go-to shit all the
Yeah,
time.
what's your go-to?
So
I think.
I am The Office for sure. It's a love-hate with The Office. I
Yeah.
watch that one all the time, and then I'm
So does
watching
Red.
Little Fires Everywhere. That one.
Sounds like a girl show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
We gotta remember she is a girl.
Oh. Oh, I've seen that one too.
Okay, Caitlin. I didn't know she came back.
I know, right?
Dude, hey, just a
Hey.
little throwing this out there. I got a lot of positive reviews
Yeah, that was
for
funny.
Caitlyn
Yeah.
Jenner's
Oh, dang.
appearance. So we
That's
might need to
cool.
bring her in after 2 more
Yeah.
drinks after my
Oh,
brother.
yeah,
showed
well,
I
up.
put some warnings out there because I work with some feminists,
Really?
some strong,
Oh.
strong.
And how-
tiny,
I would
short
love to have a
feminists.
conversation with him.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, I know you don't listen to the podcast, but I said, if you do happen to fall
Yeah.
on the last, just skip past, like, towards the last. Yeah.
And
That's funny.
anything HGTV, I love watching that
Oh,
stuff
is it-
too.
what is it?
So.
HGTV. So
Oh,
you,
HG, yeah.
so you saw Mario Lopez pool show? Did you see that one?
Oh, dude, he like
No, not yet. Sorry,
Oh.
Mario.
he's like
Oh,
him
wow.
with the pools out, right? Or the
What?
backyards out.
Rio, you
Oh,
hear
that's
that?
dope.
What's it
Wow.
called?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that,
What?
Rio.
Candice, what are your
Finish the plug.
what are your subscriptions to? You got Hulu.
I have Hulu. I
Yeah.
have Hulu
Netflix.
from a friend. Thanks, cause Josie.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Okay,
Yeah.
shout him out.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm taking
and
one from Christian.
that's a great point.
Ken,
if
got-
you
got,
have if you have subscriptions out there, people, don't be stingy. Share your subscription.
Yeah,
It's
stick
the American
stick it to the
thing
man.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, we're all in this together. Your
All in
code,
it
your
together.
password is my password.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely
come
do that
on,
for
man.
I
a
actually
fee.
don't
We'll
even have
divide it. We'll divide
DirecTV
the
right
fee.
now.
Yeah.
Or cable. I only have Netflix and Hulu.
We were just talking
Amazon
about that,
Prime. Mhm.
I-
But I get
Cut
everything
the
off
cord.
of there.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Yeah.
so close to canceling still.
I don't have
Dude,
This
cable.
was a hard
You need to
conversation
cancel, bro.
from like 4 episodes ago till now. Like,
Yup.
oh, do
You
we,
need to
Do I
cancel.
do that? Do I do
Put
that?
it like this: you be $160 some richer.
Yo, for real,
That's
that's
true.
how much my
That's
cable
true.
used to be.
Mhm.
120
Yeah,
bucks.
No,
I
bro.
paid
120 bucks?
$65
$162
for everything.
me.
Yeah, no,
But
after that,
this is
dude.
cheaper than AT&T. It used to
Yeah.
be like $220.
Wait,
Money that-
Yeah,
Bro,
dude.
220.
Did it come with a new
And that
TV?
was with the discount. I had everything.
Bro, after you don't need
So
everything.
so who do
That's
you
the
have
thing.
now?
I have Spectrum.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have Spectrum internet
Yeah,
That's
they're good.
only. So I
Yeah,
only have internet
exactly.
here, and I can
And
get
it's
all
month
the
to
all the
month, no
stuff.
Oh,
commitment.
but you have subscriptions, don't you, bro? Like Netflix.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, that's cool.
For
Don't tri-
example,
don't trip.
The Last Dance, right? A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people were trying to find out where to watch it, how to watch
Right.
it, and just because I have Fire Stick, I got it for free.
Right.
So how did
Yeah.
you, bro? You got Fire Stick.
Yeah.
You because you were asking us, like, hey, what
Yeah,
time
yeah.
is it on?
Yeah, no, I saw it on ESPN, but I went through a website that had it on there. I'm not going to drop the website because I don't want you to fuck up my
Then it'd be
connection.
shit.
Yeah, it's just lowering your.
Because all you shady motherfuckers
signal.
kick me out, buffering and shit. That's enough. So no, but no, you can find them on there. You can find them everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 2 good ones that I've seen, and I'm sure there's 100 more. But
Yeah,
those are the ones that
exactly.
I've worked, and that's the one we used together. So thank you so much.
Yeah, see if there's something really
Anyone
like
else need ice?
Sure.
Good to go. Thank you.
a lot of
Little bit?
drink
yeah,
pouring
go
going on.
Mm.
Last 15 seconds, so we're going. Some are
So,
on our second, some
You
are
want
on
to
our
bring
third.
up The Last Dance,
What did you watch it
Christian?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The Last Dance.
on the same site that we watched it, or you watched it on ESPN?
Yeah, dude. That's like the only thing. True TV for Impractical Jokers for me, and ESPN. But I have ESPN Plus.
Oh,
TNT is
Yeah.
the other one for like basketball.
hey, you gotta flex that hard, bro.
That's a hard flex, bro.
Is it? Was it, bro?
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
you barely fit in that sweater right now. That's
Yeah,
a hard
for real, yeah.
flex.
Yeah,
He's
but,
like,
you know.
ESPN Plus TNT,
Yeah.
HBO,
Yo, this
Yeah, dude, I'm
them
telling you.
seams is
Nickelodeon.
them
No.
seams is weak right now.
Yeah,
Those
no,
fucking
that's like-
For real.
the sleeve seams are weak right now. Damn.
I'm fucking with you.
No.
I wish
The
I
thing
had
is, like,
all
I have all of them, and I'm trying to narrow and taper it off because it's just unnecessary
So-
money. But I like to pay for my music because I
Oh,
respect
yeah,
Hey,
the
you've
artist.
always
Yeah.
been like that, yeah.
And
that's
with
true.
TV, the same type of deal. I know everyone would want to do that, but like if you can sneak on the back door, why not? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
Pause.
But yeah, I hear you on that. No, I'm torn. I really am.
So I pay for the internet, Netflix, and then
The fastest internet, bro. Like, give me the top notch.
No. That's,
No?
it's not worth it.
200.
The middle
That's what I
one.
pay for.
I have 100.
100.
It's fine.
Really?
They actually
Really?
pay for
Oh.
100.
I had
they
to
gave me-
upgrade mine to 200.
They gave
Same
me
here,
200
guys.
for free. Call them in. Call
Same
them in.
here.
They
So-
didn't give it to me for free.
Yo, I said I've complained 6 times in the last year. Like, you
Dang,
guys got
I'm
a great
calling
service
tomorrow
if you could
morning.
just be consistent.
So what you can
Yeah.
do with 100? I can play games. I can
Yeah.
watch TV and be on your phone. Like,
Yeah.
Basic stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Not, that's not even basic. That's all the essentials.
How many things do you have streaming at
Yeah,
once,
we'll
though?
do three or 4,
Oh, wow.
You know how they
Oh,
always
yeah.
and
give
the
you-
Wi-Fi is always on,
Two.
so it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
sucking up
both our
juice.
phones, 2 TVs, the dark web in the room, and we're good.
Yeah.
smart
for sure.
TV. Yeah, no, smart TV. The cable box of
Yep.
mine has a modem in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways that you can get around
Dang,
not
a
having
modem?
cable. Yeah, yeah.
56K.
What?
I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a modem in my cable box. That's what the guy
Whoa.
told me.
I need to get one of those antennas that you put up on your roof so you can get the,
Satellites?
I don't know, the
No.
regular
Oh, you
TV
did-
channels like
No.
for
Yeah,
free still.
if you get one, you have to put foil on the ends,
Yeah,
though.
don't.
And
Like
I-
ET?
You don't.
and then wear one in your
Shannon,
hand at the
Shorty.
same time.
Oh,
So it works.
triangle though, right?
Wait, no. What did you need the antenna for? Yeah.
To get the extra like
To
The
get
H-
the
the
house
HD
better
channels.
This
reception.
is the extra shit.
yeah.
No,
There's no extra shit. It's just-
no. They don't.
So
do
I
the
don't have to
antennas.
download all the
No,
apps
Yeah, no,
on
they
my
do. They
on
d-
my Fire Stick.
They do have
Yeah,
a
what
they do have
antenna?
an antenna. It's,
Oh,
Yes.
like the enhancer for your cell phone?
No,
No.
listen. It's an
So-
HD antenna that you
Dave.
plug into the back of your TV, and you get
No,
channels
she said
2,
on the
4,
house.
5, 7, 9, 11, 13.
Oh, that's a USB
Yeah.
stick.
Wait, no.
No.
You
It's
miss it. You got 13 digital, 13A, 13B.
yeah, so that's
Yeah, all this
you're getting
other
all
crap.
you're getting the digital channels only.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a
she
broadcast
didn't
if you
even
don't want
know
to pay for it.
Korean. What's she gonna do with all those extra channels?
Do you get channel 6?
Hey, I got a lot of time to learn.
That's
Do
true.
you get channel 6, the Mexican station?
Yes.
I
See,
love that channel.
see,
The Mexican station.
So
the
dope,
ones with
too.
the Mexican.
The weather on the
Weather
Mexican
girls?
channel.
You just like looking at the booty, huh?
No,
Yo, you know
no.
they're pulling.
They are
they
professionals.
They are very informative, by the way.
Yes.
So everybody should check it out.
Yes.
By the
well,
way,
I always
Yes.
though I can't trust the app on my phone.
Yes.
I have to see something visual.
True.
I guess.
No, no.
Hey.
It feels
Super
more
justified,
yeah.
serious when it's coming from an educated blonde in royal blue.
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
just saying,
'Cause
it seems more serious.
I watch it first because
Yeah.
that's where the warm front comes from.
Took me years to
Oh.
realize
That's
that
how
when it's going to be rainy, they wear blue.
Hey, you know what?
Azul,
Now that you
I-
say
When
it,
it's
I
gonna
do,
be-
I do understand the weather better in Mexico.
right? Yeah.
Mexican.
In Mexican.
When it's going to be hot, guaranteed pink, red, orange. So they're even color coordinated.
Oh,
So if
wow.
I'm running out the house, I don't even have to turn the volume on.
It's like
you
a
see-
I can
pinata,
just
huh?
turn it
See
on
the dress.
and
So
just see the
dumb.
dress and be like,
So
it's going to be
stupid.
hot today.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
What color is the hot dress?
Red, orange,
Oh.
pink, and sometimes
No, red
they'll
or orange,
they'll
pink.
throw me off and they'll wear black, so I have to turn the volume
If they
on.
were pink,
like
oh,
that.
there's
Yeah.
a solstice today. All
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Exactly.
So he has to turn the volume on.
Yeah. Some hard-working women on that network.
Man, those guys are
Yeah.
Mexican Weinsteins. Weinstein?
Weinstein?
Weinstein.
Steins.
They got their own
Steins,
issues over there.
Steins
Oh,
are
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the mugs, bro.
Whole different
Beer
standard.
Steins?
Yeah,
Whole
those are
different
Steins.
standard.
Steins are
Yeah.
people.
All right, random question.
Oh yeah. What
hold
else
on.
going
I have a lot of questions for Candice, by the
Oh,
way.
Me too.
okay. Well, geez.
All
But yeah,
right,
go ahead,
shoot.
Christian.
I'm ready.
What are
I
we?
think.
Who's the question for?
It's
Prune
for
juice?
Mm-hmm.
Candice.
If you
Name the craziest story between you and my brother that you
Uh-oh.
see my brother do.
Oh God.
Oh.
Or remember the
Is this-
funniest thing.
I probably won't even remember it.
the most memorable moment of you and my brother.
Oh Jesus.
when they first
Oh.
met.
Dang.
I want you to think of that.
Look at
for all of
my
us.
face is getting red.
Answer it like in
no,
5 minutes while my
no.
brother asks you the
Oh,
other
my
stuff.
God.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
The most
Yes.
memorable moment.
Think of that. I'm gonna ask these guys a question
Yeah,
and
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
stay Johnny
okay.
on the spot though. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
fired, player.
This is your career.
So Christian and Trav. So
What up?
so
man?
Candice, you have a teenage boy, right?
Yes.
How old is he again?
He's 16.
Oh Jesus, 16. So
What's up, Aunt? That's all we'll call him. We won't give his government name.
So think
Aunt?
think of your answers, Travis and Christian. This is I'm gonna ask you the same thing because
Yeah.
excuse me, this shit is delicious by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't right for sure.
And this is kind of pertaining to the conversation we had earlier, and it's okay. We're adults.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Talk on it.
Well, yeah, like I feel like we're
We won't
having
name
a
names.
talk or something.
Oh no, okay.
But this
No
is
name?
but
Yeah, I
no, but this applies to all of us. And
Are you going to answer this question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I have
Could you
I only
do
have a
that?
couple answers,
Okay.
but I have one big one that I don't even think my mom knows about. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I need a
yeah.
shot, Candace. I need a shot. I need a shot.
So what?
My mama doesn't know. Mom,
And
right
I-
now,
and I think
don't know.
and I think if I told her, she probably would be like, okay, like
Yeah. Like
yeah, you're probably lying, but okay. What?
My mama's so chill now.
Yeah, she's so chill.
She's like, you can tell anything.
She told me a story today about something that she did to me when I was in the car
Oh,
in
really?
New Mexico.
Did she feel
so
bad
you
about
guys
something?
did come from Mexico.
Hello,
New Mexico,
New
man.
Mexico.
Oh, okay, my bad.
New Mexico, man. We knew.
So I'll tell you
We're
this-
newer, bro.
I'll tell you the story real quick.
Are you
Albuquerque.
Are you gonna tell us?
Socorro. All that.
Jesus Christ. So it was raining. It was me, my brother, my mom, and my dad. We were
Okay.
coming back from New Mexico in the desert, okay?
Whole family.
I was driving. I was probably like 16 or so, maybe. I just got my license. And my dad passed out in the passenger seat. My mom was behind me, and Christian was in the caddy corner
Probably
seat.
laughing like this.
They were knocked out. It was like 2 a.m,
Yeah.
and we were driving like on the 10, like from here to New Mexico.
And they trusted you to drive the family back.
I'm a very responsible young
Oh
man.
my god.
So it was raining hard as ever. The windshield wipers were like on the fastest setting,
Right.
and I was going for I don't know maybe an hour already, and then all of a sudden like cars are passing me in trucks, and so like I guess my mom was starting to like kind of wake up in her sleep, and then a big truck comes on the left hand side to pass. Like he passed in the 2-lane,
Yeah.
and it was one of those big rigs with all the cars on it. So
Yeah.
it was like making like mad waves,
Mm-hmm.
and like all the water was hitting the side of the car. And my mom woke up like out of a dead sleep. She was
Yeah.
like, David, watch out! They're gonna kill us! Oh my god! And my dad woke up. Everybody woke up like, what the hell? And I was like, I had my hands on like gripped, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, I've never felt what it's like to have a heart attack, but I felt my heart like seize up, like it got so slow and like so tight. And then she was like, "Yeah, that was really funny." I was like, "Yeah, that was really funny." We
Wait a minute,
we almost fucking died and drowned in it. Yeah, she made a joke.
Oh man!
I was like, "Yo, that was the most scared I've ever been in my life."
She tested you and you passed.
Yeah, we were about to die in a ditch if I didn't hang on to that. I bet you I was white as a ghost.
Do you know what car it was?
Yeah, it was the Camry.
The Astrovan.
Oh,
yeah,
the Camry.
Camry.
That was my first car I drove in high school.
The gold one?
The gold
Yeah,
one.
that's it. Yeah.
And I crashed it. I
That's
hit
like
the
champagne.
box.
It was
Champagne.
Champagne. My bad.
Hey, yo, chill.
No disrespect,
hey, respect,
gold.
man.
No
Respect dad's
disrespect.
hustle, all right?
There's a big difference between gold and
My
champagne.
dad was on that. He was like, "No, it's champagne."
Yeah.
I don't drink, but it's champagne.
So that was the story. Anyways, but I wanted to ask you guys. So speaking of teenagers,
Yes.
what was like? You guys probably snuck out when you were kids, right?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Travis, you didn't? You didn't, Christian?
All the time.
He's afraid his boys are listening.
Start with Travis.
Okay,
I'm
Travis.
like legit. I'm really thinking.
That's cool.
I had
So-
fun like on my normal hours.
That's true.
So I don't know if I needed. I'm thinking. Go ahead.
So first time I snuck out was I didn't sneak out.
Did you?
No, hear me out. Hear me.
All right,
Well, I gotta lay the foundation
Okay,
down.
because if you were,
Because
I
I technically I left at like 4
I need to find
in
out
the
what
afternoon.
year
You know what
this
I mean?
is.
So I didn't sneak out. I just bounced.
I was just out.
But but I was gone for like 2 days.
What?
What?
Yeah, I was gone for
How
like 2
old?
days.
What
You got a
year?
fucking bender?
Were
You
we
homeless?
For
Transient?
real, right? So at this point, I was the oldest in the house. There was a lot of like turmoil in the house. You know,
Turbo.
turmoil.
Oh, turmoil. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
So parents were fighting and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So something happened.
What city was this?
Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, something happened, and it was due for someone to get an ass whooping. You know what I mean? Like it
One
was
of the
one of
kids?
those situations.
there was- it
where
was high.
Mom snaps on next.
It wasn't
Getting
mom. It was always
It was
pops.
Okay,
It was
High
mom.
tension.
Yeah.
High tension.
My mom had like 18 belts she threatened us with. Never hit us once with it. You know what I mean? But she put more fear in our hearts just by yelling rather than
for
actually
her.
physically hit. Yeah, I don't know how she did that. But yeah, she never hit us. So I planned it where I said that, listen, somebody gonna get an ass whooping. It ain't gonna be me,
Yeah.
but it's probably gonna be me because I'm the oldest. You know, it's my fault or whatever. So
Mhm.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bounce. They're gonna be looking for me all night, and that's gonna cover up whatever happened. I think a window broke or something like that. Something that's gonna cost the family money, and whenever money was involved, someone getting their ass whooped.
It's
So
that
I knew it was
$35
coming.
window, Travis.
I know. I don't know what happened. I think it was a glass table. Or something.
Shiv.
So I bounced and I went to my homeboy's house
Yeah.
down towards Long Beach, like towards the beach.
Yeah.
We lived on 76, so that's like 76 blocks from the ocean. So I went to my homeboy house down by the beach. It was too late to catch the bus when I was planning on coming back because I was gonna come back by like 12. I figured they'd like
Damn, catch
rough
the
me
bus?
up.
Wow.
Yeah,
At
like,
that
you know,
age, bro?
Oh, we
It
was
was
going to the
different.
beach at like 11 years old. Or the bus, all the streets are parallel.
Mhm.
So if you want to go to the beach, you can take Long Beach Boulevard,
It's
literally
the ocean is
from
right
Compton
there,
all the way to the beach and stay on the same street.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
get
it was
to the
like it was very
Yeah.
safe. Yeah. So as long as you hit these major streets, you knew how to get back.
It was very safe if you were black.
Yeah. Or Mexican, or Asian,
Not white.
not white.
That's for sure.
You better
That's-
stop your ass off at Bixby Nose. Fucking chill, yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real,
Nose,
yeah.
that's funny.
Bixby Nose was like the stop, or you better go right.
Everyone
Towards Lakewood.
If you threw
Yeah,
that,
you're
if
right,
you,
you're
if you
right.
said it that
Yeah,
fast,
exactly,
that's what it
yeah.
is.
You're right.
Trav.
So I ran away basically because I didn't come home that night. I didn't
Yeah.
want to wait for the bus at 2:00 in the morning on fucking Pine Street. It was a lot different than what it was
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Right now it's like a gentrified fucking
Yeah.
cesspool of hippies. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
where like
all
Sevilla
hippies. and
is, and
It was.
I love
This
Pine,
was
right?
when
Yeah, Pine's got
the
all
whole
the shit.
scandal was going on with the police officers owning the crack houses downtown. So, anyways, I stayed at his house. The next day,
at a crack dealer's house.
no, downtown. Done that before. That's another story.
Oh.
But
Hey,
no.
let me finish this one first.
So, anyways, long story short,
Yeah.
I had so much fun. I stayed another day because now I'm afraid to go back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
now you gotta come
man.
find
You'd
me.
be like, dang, I
Yeah,
live here
so-
now.
The moral to the story is no one got their ass whooped. I came back home. My mom was so happy that I was safe, and the police officer dropped me off. Bless his
What?
heart. he didn't press no charges. It was just one of those situations where it was like, okay, everybody's good. Don't even worry about that. So
Wow.
yeah, I snuck out, but it was like a little bit too long.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
honestly,
Wow.
That's insane.
that is insane.
Not really. It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Man, I honestly
Pick
Do
that
not-
mic up right there.
do not know the last time I snuck out, or even if I snuck out, because I had fun during my normal
Mhm.
Yeah,
hours.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for me, it
So
was
you-
more chill. I don't remember.
You were always
ever
home. You were always home by like 11.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I had a curfew like towards the end of high school, like 1 o'clock.
Oh dang!
wow.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
I
12 and
remember-
1, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember he may forget.
Not me.
But I remember you were on the brink of sneaking out when we were living together.
What we were doing? Tell me. And
You,
yeah,
you
'cause I
wanted
don't
to
remember-
go to a party,
Okay.
and you were going. In your
Were we-
mind, you were already there.
Wait, you were living with mom and dad and me,
yeah, yeah. I
So
was
we were in the same
upstairs.
house?
We were in the
Mom and
same
dad's
house.
house?
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
and you can go, and
No,
and I
you
couldn't.
wanted to go. No, I wasn't even gonna go. I had to work or something like that. I was graveyarding at this
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
couldn't go anyway. But like right before I went in, you wanted to go. You were dressed, and mom's was like, or your mom's was like, "Yo, no, you can't go," and you bucked a little bit.
For real?
Yes, and
For
then,
real?
and this is
Keep
the
reminding me.
first time I've ever seen your dad like get your shit. Like
For
he had
real?
to like shoulder check you or something.
For
I don't know.
real,
Yeah, yeah,
Trev?
I
Hey yo,
remember,
my
yeah.
brother's notorious for that shit.
Bro,
Yo,
he
my
pushed
parents
it
would get.
to the
I've
limit.
never seen any parents get in anybody
Yeah.
any kid's face more than
Yeah.
my parents got into criticism.
Christian was hot.
up, straight
but
up.
it was funny
It
because
had to be good. Had to be good.
he
for a
thought
good
he was
reason.
He had a
grown.
mouth
I was
on
on
him,
their
that's
side. I'm in the
why.
room like you better check that little.
Do you remember
motherfucker.
whose party was? Where was
I
it
don't remember the
at?
part. I just remember you had a red hat on. You were fresh as death.
Who always had
it
a
was
red
like
hat
you
on.
already knew you were going.
Like
and then
Fred
Miles
Durst.
was like, "No." You were like, "What?" You said, "I think you raised your voice, not even a lot, just a little bit." And then
That's all it took in our house.
And then Pops came upstairs. He was like, "Listen to it." Like, you know, he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like silence and an explosion of anger. Like you don't do this.
Yeah.
But
That
they
must have
still
been-
let you go.
Oh, for
They
real?
still let you go.
Hey.
I was like, this
Wow.
is some fucking
That's
bullshit.
what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
remember anything like
no,
that.
I remember
I was a
you were
good
mad,
kid.
bro. You were mad.
I was a good kid. It was
Indoors,
all right.
mad.
no,
But I
mean,
could tell you were so set. Shut up.
I
You
was
were
so set on going.
You were so set on going that like in your mind you were already going.
I remember.
And I don't remember if you asked them or I just remember I was on their side because like
did I have
you
to
weren't
use
being-
you like Travis is going?
I think you tried to, and I was like,
think
in
I
my,
did.
Only ways
I didn't
that
come out the room
worked.
because I was in my Luxford uniform
Travis
already.
came out
Like, what's
going on, guys? Hard day at work.
My
guys.
brother,
Mr. Morales, thank you for everything you've done for me.
Exactly.
my
yo.
brother probably asked.
What
This
up?
fool- he probably did ask to go,
Yeah.
knowing my brother.
Yes. The bathroom.
The bathroom.
There was something up with the bathroom.
He was probably getting ready.
He was getting ready, and then like she was not in a good mood or something because it was something small. It was like a puddle of water, something. The bathroom was so clean that when I left the bathroom, I thought I was cleaning it, and they would be like, "Hey, you gonna go clean the bathroom?" I'm like, "What the fuck? Like I just cleaned the bathroom. Like what kind of
Yeah.
standards, y'all-"
Dang.
bro?" I had never been in a cleaner bathroom in my life. I didn't know what
Yo.
to. I was standing in the bathroom like I don't even know what
you
to
could-
What's
do.
dirty?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it was like
If you go to like
fucking-
my mom's house, it's like a
Bro.
hospital. It'll be
My
like,
It's like,
mom is the
what
wor-
the
not
fuck
the
do
worst,
I
the best.
clean? Yeah.
Man.
Bro, I was looking for spots in the mirror. Like, I didn't know what
Yo,
the
listen.
fuck was
Hey,
going
you'll
on.
just spit on the mirror for you to have
Bro,
something to
I
clean
was
up.
like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yo, my mom would be doing like laundry every day, cleaning something every day. Like we couldn't
Yeah.
sit down in peace. Like we had to
Yup.
sit like straight up just in case she wanted to fix the couch next to us.
Yeah, that
She would
shit
make the
rubbed off
bed
on
with
y'all
me in
for
it.
Sure.
Like, yo, bro, for real.
No, I
Yeah.
was
clean.
She
We
would.
never
Oh,
had
hey,
fu- we-
you know the worst one was she would wipe the table with like Windex and 409 and shit while we're still eating, like trying to clean, like
no,
picking,
you're
like
done.
picking up your plate.
That's
Like,
why,
like,
that's
what
why we
the-
don't have Corona because we got
Yeah.
409.
For real.
My
in
mom
our-
did
in
that,
our
but her
system.
thing was the floor. She mopped and swept the floor every day, and she used
Who?
it as an. My mom.
Well, she was a nurse.
Yeah,
She's
but she used
clean.
it as an excuse to get in your business. So it would start. It was like if she wanted to know what was going on,
Uh-huh.
you hear the hall closet, and she get the little
Oh,
room,
shit.
and she starts sweeping and come close to the
shit.
door. I'm
All
like,
moms do that.
yeah, y'all think y'all
Dang, you
slick.
nosy
Y'all think y'all
motherfucker.
slick, but she'll come in the room. Let me just get this corner. Start sweeping the car. Like, come on, man.
You know what? I did
Get
see her
outta
mom.
here.
Look, Travis.
Get out of
Travis's
here.
house when he moved to our neighborhood, he had there was like 4 different houses in our track.
Yeah,
Travis had the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
the 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this is different.
And we didn't
setup.
use the 5th bedroom at all.
For real?
At
Like the
all.
loft?
At
That was like
all.
the picture our mom and dad's house with a loft on top. Long.
In the front.
Yeah.
As a whole house, right? Trav had he had the downstairs bedroom.
At
We
the
just go to-
escape room.
Yeah, the escape room. Easy. So maybe that's why he didn't never have to sneak
Sneak
out.
out because he had
Because he had the
access.
big
Uh-huh.
window. It was
Yeah.
as big as his green screen. Oh, I'm sorry.
With no screen.
Bro.
Ozark.
Bro, what the?
Yeah. I know.
Ozark.
There's
It's so
not a green
cold
screen.
up in here, bro.
Stick together, man. Stick together. it was it was about as big as that. And
Yeah.
every time, come over. Let's play 2K1.
Yeah.
Football.
Dang.
All right, cool.
That's
Like,
tight.
I'm
So
gonna ring the
sick.
doorbell. No.
Yeah, no.
Or call no. With
Yeah.
text.
Yeah, how did we communicate
You
back
know
in the
what?
days, yo?
You know
Right?
what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think
Like,
it was
how
phone
did that
call.
happen?
Because you had a cell. We had like the Nokia N95 with Snake on it.
Remember my?
No, not N95. That's
It was.
that's the mask.
I remember I had the first
That sounds like
He's been
Nokia.
COVID too long.
95. It was always 4 numbers, like
Yeah.
9500.
Good catch, bro. Good
Yeah.
catch. Good. That's a mask.
No, but like I think about it,
Nokia
like
do
how
that.
do we know? Like I know it was phone
But
calls,
it was
but
never like.
Just
How
imagine
did
if they
we
had
know?
the phone. If we had the phones like
Yeah.
they do now, woo, we would.
dude, like how do we find
Mm-mm.
basketball games back in the days? Like pick up, like I literally
Whoever
think it
showed
was
up.
like I would
Newspaper,
see
TV
someone,
guide.
Hey, we're gonna be at the park later, and like 6 hours later,
it
everyone
was
just
always
magically
Oh, I
cracking
see what
up.
you're
showed
saying.
But he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
that
yeah.
downstairs
Yeah.
bedroom, side gate. Everyone
Loved it.
hop, take the screen off. All right,
Mhm.
cool. Sit in his room. We hear people in his house. He had 2 sisters, a mom,
Yeah.
and another individual in there. Like we didn't know what was going on. It was always his room. So I was telling Regina the other day, like I don't remember going to Travis's kitchen to get something to drink. It was always the room, and we're out.
Yeah.
That was our safety.
You want something? I'll be right back. Shh.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
It was dope, but it was different from like Jonah's.
Bring
or
a
my
radio
house.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When we went to Jonah's house or my
Yeah.
house, and I was in high school,
Uh-huh.
Mom would always like make food.
Yeah.
Like, who's coming today? Oh, like I got Keely, Joe for Stacy, Kyle Coleman.
Yeah.
They're like all over 6'4", right?
Oh my god.
Big dudes. So
Yeah.
Mom would always cook something.
Yeah.
But Travis had the escape room. I was on the 2nd story,
Yeah.
but I
True.
do know because of my brother what he told me
Mm-hmm.
that my brother was able to escape out of
Mhm.
these windows. I did. I don't,
From upstairs?
Honestly, I don't think I had the balls to do
Oh,
it.
you were on the
I did not
exterior
want to
part
get
of
in
the
that
house.
trouble. I
Yeah.
had enough fun
Wow.
on my normal hours, like
Yeah.
I always say all the time.
Mhm.
But he
So
told
yeah.
me before.
So I did. It was. I think it might have been twice. So I was never going anywhere. I never told anybody what I was doing. Never told mom and dad. I don't even think they know, dude. But I used to be on the 2nd floor, and I opened the window, and I used to climb off the roof and jump onto the fence, and then from the fence to the cement. And getting up was the hard part.
That's what I'm saying. Getting down. How do you like? Okay,
Getting down was easy. Getting down was
How'd
easier
you
than
get
going.
up?
I mean, I had to jump and like land flat on the roof,
I-
like on my
oh my
stomach, and I would end up like scraped on my forearms and shit.
So like,
Oh,
Yes.
and pull yourself up.
Yeah.
Hey, was it worth it though? I bet it was.
Ha ha!
Oh,
You know,
no.
you already know.
Hey, you know.
No, but
Scrapes.
yeah. So there was maybe like on the shins and something. I think it was
Yeah.
mostly my forearms because I was pulling up. I didn't
you
have
ever
much.
fall?
Huh?
You ever
No,
fall?
I didn't fall.
No?
I think I only did it twice. But there was also another story, and I don't even think my mom would believe me if I told her. So when we lived in Paramount,
Mm-hmm.
when I was
Which
in,
house?
I think we were living at the church
Okay.
actually. So it was a mission, but I don't know. I didn't sneak out, but I went somewhere I wasn't supposed to go, or
Right.
somewhere I didn't tell her that I was gonna go.
Oh.
Like just out of the house.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it was like in I don't know,
Greenbelt?
7th grade maybe.
Oh, this is in okay.
yeah, this was like in
Damn.
I,
Where'd you
In
go?
7th,
Dave?
8th grade.
7th or 8th grade.
Oh,
Where did you
dang.
go?
What
So
was her name?
yeah, there was 2 girls. They were my friends, and I went
That's
to
how
their
it starts.
yeah. That's
Were they really your friends, or you just said they were your
absolutely
friends?
they were my friends.
Mhm.
You look nervous.
I
Yeah.
didn't know this.
Yeah, huh?
You look nervous.
I am nervous because I'm trying to remember.
If
Man.
my mom caught him or my dad.
No,
oh,
but see, they
man.
didn't catch me because here's the thing: the church at the side door, you can leave the thing open; it wouldn't make no noise. There was another; it was like
That
one of those
super
locks.
side door, or the white
Yes.
door, the white door.
To the kitchen, so you could come in and out.
Oh.
And I didn't have to open the gate because I
Right.
just opened it and slid in and went into
You
my
left
room.
So
gap
what'd you do with these girls?
big
the
enough
gap.
to get through in the chain.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
underneath.
I did say that I was going to my friend's house, and the gate was locked
Right.
when I came home because
Okay.
it was already past my curfew.
Right.
So that's how I had to sneak. I had to slide back in.
We
Okay.
had a big ass. We had 2 gates in our in our church when we lived there. It was big. Like you had to use a lock.
Mm.
What kind of gate is that? What
It's
do you
like
call that?
it's like a rolling chain link fence.
Yeah, exactly.
And you lock it with the chain. Anyways, so if that's how it was, if you were late, like they're gonna lock you out. So you
Yeah.
have to get their attention to
like
come
prison.
inside. So yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, I get it. So I was never that bad kid. I wasn't, but I ended up
Sounds
going
like
somewhere,
you were pretty
and
bad.
but I stayed out later than I should, and they
Yeah.
probably didn't know what time, or they probably did know what time I came in.
Just be honest.
No. So
a lot of backpedaling.
no, but because I don't know what they thought. I've never
Yeah.
told my mom this. Like, but I went.
You never lied to her before.
Yeah, I've lied to my mom for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 3 times in
Only
in my
only
entire
3
life.
times.
times.
All right, so you snuck
And we're
out.
gonna bring my mom on
Yeah.
as a guest
So
for
we,
sure.
so we went
Oh,
to
you
so we,
should.
so we went to the house, which was like in like Cudahy or something like that. They picked, they picked me up, and then we went. The mom took us to Universal Amphitheater, and we went to a concert.
Shut.
And we
What
pro-
concert, bro?
It was a Depeche Mode concert.
I was
What?
gonna
What?
guess.
yeah,
a what?
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
What's that?
Wow.
It was the first concert I ever been to.
Like it's
What?
an old
Oh, that's
like
worth
rock
it.
band or
That's-
yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
First
I thought you were gonna say,
anything
like, Snoop
is worth
Dogg.
sneaking out for.
no. This
First
is-
anything,
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm old as fuck. So this was like 1991.
Bro, 52 is not old.
Yeah,
Come on.
1990 or 1991.
Damn, I
Anyways.
thought you were gonna say
That
like
was a
Rage
good
Against the
year.
Machine or something like
Bro,
that.
the
Like,
Depeche
oh
Mode is
my
more
God.
legendary than Rage Against the Machine.
Not to me. Not to me.
Oh,
Not to
no.
me.
For my
That's what
era,
I'm saying,
hell
I don't
yeah.
know.
And for the genre that I love. So, anyways, because they were like the little rocker girls. They wore like the little cuff jeans, the docks. So
That's what
like
it
I was
was.
almost in that style, but I couldn't
You
rock
just
it.
like the music, right?
I love the music. So we
In
went
the
over there.
style, Don't front.
So I came home probably like
Yeah.
1:15. Yeah.
Did you get away with it?
Yeah, I did.
Shit.
I did.
Not anymore. What's funny is, as parents,
I don't know
I
if
can
I don't.
guarantee you we think we got over on a lot of stuff, but they know.
And they know. Uh-huh.
They know. They're just trying to let us live. They're
Yeah.
guiding us from a distance.
Because they didn't say anything about the gate being locked. On
Yeah.
them. So
You know what?
A lot of times they know.
Hey, the
We
things that
slip
the
up and
twins
say
done,
something,
or
yeah.
they've done,
yeah,
or they do.
yeah.
I know what's up.
No.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
listen.
Right?
My son might think he
Mhm.
pulls one over, but I know
Not your son.
everything.
He's
No, for
different.
real.
He's
Listen,
an
I've heard
innocent
I've
kid.
heard some shit that Candice
Yeah.
had told me, and I also heard some shit that Christian told me about my nephews.
What?
Yeah, and that's okay. Listen, but it's not okay.
Does it have to do with girls?
No.
no,
It's
just
No.
generally speaking.
they
Oh,
think
okay.
that they're being slick.
Yeah.
But we already
Yeah.
know just because
Yeah.
Christian
'Cause,
didn't say
I mean, we
anything.
see it since they're young, but we don't really see it as a threat or
Yeah.
something that's a problem.
Yeah.
But they develop more.
they think it'll be a
sneakiness.
problem
Yeah.
if they speak up on it.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, all right, hey son, I got your
Mhm.
back.
Right.
Like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, I
got you.
know, and this is just straight up.
Mhm.
I walked in the room 11:45. I'm playing Xbox downstairs. They're playing
Mm-hmm.
it upstairs. But one of them is on their phone, FaceTime.
Oh, that's what's
And I
up.
let it go. No problem. I don't
Yeah.
mind. Honestly, I don't
What's
mind.
the rule for no FaceTime in the house?
There hasn't been a rule until it becomes a problem. right?
I like that.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying?
sounds-
I'm
that
gonna have
sounds
to
like,
write that
So-
down.
That sounds
There's
like
never
communist
been a
China.
problem.
You sound like Gavin Newsom right now, player.
Hey, did I?
Yeah.
That was some
Leave my
parents.
boy
Some
Gavin
parents,
alone.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
for all you
Yeah.
parents, just
Yeah.
take those words, right?
Okay.
And no, because
What's the words
been.
again?
No, for
So-
real though.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's the words again?
I don't even know. You got to like rewind it.
There's not a problem.
Do that
but-
15-second skip back.
Unless
and
it
then
becomes
hear
a problem.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no problem unless
Quote-
it becomes a problem, right?
Kept reminding
There's no
rewinding
problem.
it.
Like they're talking to girls FaceTiming,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
walk
oh,
in the
word?
room, yeah,
Mhm.
and they're just talking,
Dang.
and it becomes silent, right?
Oh,
And
that's
they're
when
playing.
you know.
One of them is playing on the Xbox,
Mhm.
and I hear like the other like, I said, "What's up, son? You all good?" And he looks at me. I'm going through my closet for my next day clothes
Yeah.
because that's where I keep all my clothes.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
He's all, so and so said hi or whatever it is, right? I'm like, hey, so and so, how you doing? Show me your dad or whatever, you know. I'm
Oh.
like, what's up?
Oh, word?
You guys be safe. Christian, lock it down at 12. All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's
You
very
know what I mean?
chill. That was
And it's
very
chill, and they don't
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
That's
Yeah.
very
But if they're-
Shawshank Warden of you.
But but the thing is, if they ever done and I find out or
Yeah.
whatever, they already know what's up.
Yeah.
So there's no issue.
They're
What
good
I'm
boys.
confused about is I'm not confused. I'm just curious on It's
you sound confused.
any rules right now because there's no issue, right? They're not disrespecting it or abusing it.
Right.
But when you
That
walked
I see.
upstairs and you saw him on FaceTime, was your initial reaction like, I wonder who he was talking to? Or
No, I know they're getting older
Yeah.
as I was, because now if it wasn't FaceTime,
yeah,
it would be on the phone.
yeah.
Like mom and dad
Yeah,
got
they-
me a
yeah,
phone when
yeah.
I was like in 11th grade.
Yeah.
My own phone number.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
Because
got
they
a-
were getting too many
deep
phone
calls.
calls
no,
Yep.
at
Huh?
their normal
deep
residence.
question? I got a deep question for you and Candice.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's pretty deep.
But let me finish.
Yeah.
No, please finish.
My solution was like, yo, son, come over here. Let
Yeah.
me talk to you. Hey, if you ever want, because they're in between. That's in a different city,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they live in the opposite side of town,
True.
and I'm the middle guy.
True.
Mhm.
So whenever they come to my house, because their parent or their mom is in a different city, if they, I told them, hey, if you ever want to hang out with your friends, just let me know. I'll take you one day over there to the movie theater,
Wow.
like you guys wanted to go.
Yeah.
I'll take you on Friday,
Yeah.
and if they want to hang out on Saturday, tell their parents to come over here. The
Yeah.
city that I was going to was
I
just
like
too
that.
far.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's rotate.
That's
Work
tight.
it out. Have them work it out with your friends, and
Yeah.
it's all good. I'll
Listen,
drop you at the theater.
Listen,
'cause
man.
being social,
Yeah.
bro, as you know, and Trav and you, because
Mhm.
if you weren't social or socialness wasn't socialness as a word.
Sure. It's just
Yeah.
today.
It is
Today.
right now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
After
Yeah.
4
I won't
roses,
correct you.
Yeah.
socialness
Yeah.
is important. I'll say that, right?
Yeah.
It's all, and I understand that. So that's why I don't make it an issue
Right.
until
Yeah.
it becomes what, guys?
It's a
like
strong part of psychological
problem.
development.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
That's how kind of I am too. Like, so I'd rather know my son's friends than let him go places and do stuff. So I'm like, okay, you guys come over to the house. Who you want them to spend the night? Okay, you go ahead. You guys want to go to the beach? I'll drive you. You guys want to do this? I'll take you. Just because you only see those little bit of glimpses of them, so
Yeah.
you know who their friends are. You know
And
their
you've been
parents.
around,
What
Yeah.
so
they're
you
about.
kind of know the vibe,
Mhm.
the sneakiness, the
Mhm.
quiet whispering.
Yeah.
And they're very comfortable and loud and just comfortable around a parent. Being comfortable
Yep.
around a parent is such what's the word I'm looking for? It's such a honorable thing
Yeah.
to have from a teenager as a parent. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
there was parents I would go around and you just knew from the vibe. It's like, okay, we're gonna talk about this and that's it. Because these motherfuckers look like snitches. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right?
Or you got some parents where you can slip up and say a cuss word or slip up and
Mhm.
say something a little
that's
bit
true.
revealing
Yo,
about your
Off
true
color.
track. You know
I'm
what I
gonna-
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Trav,
right, dude.
I'm gonna no check this out.
Mhm.
When we grew up in Creekside, bro, it was all new to us. Creekside,
Creekside.
is an area in Riverside where it was brand new to me and my brother
Right.
in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
I seen black families, white families, Mexican families, but I didn't see the exact same family as me. So when I went into your house, it was
Yeah.
different than AJ's
Mad
house
different.
versus Curtis, who was white. You guys
Yeah.
are black families versus white families.
Yeah.
Black families didn't take any shit. Curtis would be like, "Fuck you, mom, stupid bitch," and me and AJ would look at each other like, "Yo,
dang.
Yeah.
The-
Yeah. Maybe
yo,
not the
AJ,
exact
go home
words.
because I'm gonna go home
Yeah.
because I think there's gonna be an issue."
Yep.
Okay,
uh-huh.
But
hey,
there's
call
really
me.
not though.
789-4282 was AJ's
Yeah.
number, right? And I was just like, "Call me,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll let Curtis deal with it on his own. But he
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
talk to his mom the same way that AJ talked to his mom,
Yeah.
or I would.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah.
room for that.
Yeah.
There was no room for that.
No way.
Curtis's family was way different than mine,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So he saw some things on our end that was different from what he was used to.
That's why
like
the school,
church.
That's why the school shooters are all white.
well, not okay.
But I see everyone. I see another Mexican family
Yeah.
from like Moreno Valley,
Right.
who's different from the Mexican family that's from Paramount.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, you guys are a little bit. Oh, you know, we can work. We're friends.
And
I got all the black families. I got
Yeah.
Travis from Long Beach. I got AJ from LA, and I got another black friend, Jonah,
Yeah.
who's from Africa.
Yeah.
Legit Africa. Exactly.
Yeah.
So his mom's phrases were different from his,
Yeah.
Jonah's, and it was different from AJ's. I had all that. It was a melting
Yeah. The
pot.
family dynamics was very different,
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell by one thing. This is how I knew what type of family, it was. It lived on the block. It was how they rode past the neighborhood. You dig? So each person that lives a different family dynamic, when their parents roll around the neighborhood, it's a different swag.
Shit.
You feel me? So like when your dad or your mom would ride in Camry, you know, champagne body, it'd be like
Champagne
you
body.
know. And if they knew you specifically, they might your dad might roll down the window, a little high.
My
but
dad
always
was
at
like the mayor, bro.
but always at a safe speed and always
3
respectful.
fingers up all the time.
You know, the stiff wave.
That's what dad. Look at the angles. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The stiff wave.
That's how I do it.
If it was,
that's how I do it. Like that. Look.
if it was AJ's mom, hi Travis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
it was always
Davey.
a vocal like
Hi, Miss Jenkins.
greeting. You did.
Thomas Jenkins, exactly.
If it was my mom and she like knew you, she's stopping the car.
Mm.
She's stopping the car. She's inching it forward. You're trying to get away. She's inching it forward. She might even get out the car.
She know how to drive?
What? I mean, she didn't learn till she was like 22. But yeah, like
Thank you.
like you could tell what kind of family it is by how they roll through the neighborhood.
Oh, party foul on
There you go.
Christian.
There you go.
Wow, suck a
No, you good, you good.
That's a cold lap right
You
there.
know?
It's
We,
cool.
hey, bro, we can cut that out. Don't even
No,
check.
no.
No.
Leave it in.
Always leaving it
So,
in.
anyways, my
Hey,
question,
recycle.
while they're cooling off right now,
Yeah.
my question to Candice and Christian,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
only asking you guys because you guys have the qualifications to answer this question.
Yeah.
What up?
Remember, please, because I gotta before I
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, do your
Yeah.
thing.
Like different black families.
Yeah.
Travis, like we all. Hey, Dad, can you get some milk, please? We need
Red,
some milk.
red cap.
Red cap.
Yeah, everyone from the hood knows what red cap
No,
is.
we
yo.
just learned that when
Yeah.
you came through.
Oh my god.
Mom,
That's
get
true.
some milk.
Yeah.
We need, Trav, what you need?
Red cap.
Red cap.
What's
It
that?
was
That's
never
whole-
the
whole
word
milk.
was
Whole
never
milk.
milk.
Yeah.
The word
Yeah.
was never milk. Travis, I'm going to the store. I'm going to Ralph's. What you need? Red cap.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
right here, bro.
You know what I mean? He'll be yelling it.
No, I'm thinking. No,
And
because
Hey,
we didn't.
Travis,
We
Red
didn't.
Cap.
Christian,
Red cap
it's a
is
radio
is-
show,
is-
bro.
is
Red
whole
cap.
milk.
It's a radio show.
We
bro.
didn't mess with the blue cap, which is 2%.
No, I know.
And we
but
didn't
I
mess
was
with
like,
that orange
what's
cap
red
because
cap?
we don't know what that was.
What do you mean, what's red
Yeah.
cap? It's milk.
It's milk, fool.
What?
Oh, man.
How
Yeah.
you tell me? I don't know that. We
I
get
don't know.
homogenized, 2% vitamin. We get
Skim.
it.
Soy.
Yeah,
so-
soy.
no.
We got whatever mom
Yeah.
reached in the cooler for.
Yeah.
There was never red cap because
Always red cap.
I think that was
Mom
like,
always listened to what kind of milk I wanted.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
That was-
yeah.
because you get like stomach issues.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
Are you-
usually low fat.
But we
Lo-
never
no,
heard red
that's
cap.
that blue cap. That's that blue
Because
cap.
I remember I
shit.
told my brother, I was
Yeah,
like,
we
yo,
did blue
bro,
cap.
Yo,
Mhm.
bro, like,
No.
hey, Travis said red,
Red
cap.
cap. It was
Yeah.
a
He's like,
red
oh, for
cap.
real? What's that mean? I was like, I don't know. Homogenized? Is that how you say it?
Whole milk.
So it was
I thought
different
it's
vocabulary.
funny. I thought you were joking that
No,
you didn't
bro,
know. I
no,
thought you were like
no.
making fun. I thought maybe I had like a different, like a rojo cap or something like that. You know, like I thought you had like
You
a
gotta say
different.
rojo.
No, I thought you.
Bro.
No, I thought you had like a different way of calling it red cap.
That's funny.
I didn't know
It's
you were
called
actually
leche.
laughing at the red
Azul.
cap. Like I didn't know.
That's funny
I
shit.
didn't
Leche
know.
de
man.
rojo.
Yeah, for
But,
real.
oh, yeah.
That leche rojo. Yeah, right there.
Dude,
The one in the
seriously.
back.
That's
Dude,
funny.
I never knew that. I was a
Never
red
heard
cap.
that. Never heard
Fuck
that.
is red
That's-
cap?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I had to learn when
Little
I
things like that.
got into like, just working that wasn't the proper way of addressing stuff.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? So
Red cap.
I
I
don't know.
remember that all the time. And man, it
That's
was new to
hilarious.
us. We're like, what? Even
The,
AJ.
the
didn't
first
know
time
that.
I heard that,
Yeah.
I laughed, dude.
it's like you
I was
because
like,
it
what
makes
the-
sense.
No, because I remember
Yeah.
I remember the time I told my brother. He's like,
Yeah.
red cap.
Okay. What the? I was like, oh shit.
And I remember my
Fucking
like,
bitch.
dude, my
Yeah.
dad would trip out. My dad trips out on different ethnicities.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
People from different areas. Dad, he called it red cap.
What?
Dad, why?
Why? What's that?
My dad, like in his
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
We got homogenized
Yeah.
vitamin D 2% right
Yeah.
here. Dad, because the red cap
Yeah.
is always
It's
what was
always whole milk.
Whole
You would
milk.
never
Yeah,
see
whole
a
milk.
red cap on any other
or
milk.
maybe he says like
So,
whole milk.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, whole milk. Yeah.
My
Dude, I
dad-
remember
Because
that
if you
shit.
think about it, what the fuck is whole milk?
Do you
Like
still call it
whole
that?
milk?
So like, will you tell
Sometimes.
Diesel, go get some red cap.
No, he's still. Everybody think Diesel like 7. Diesel's 2.
Bro,
Diesel
seriously?
barely 3.
Hey, Travis,
yo.
he's
He's
in-
not even 3.
He's like
yet.
half your size.
Yeah, he's a big
seriously,
boy.
for real.
He's so
Someone
cute
at
with
work
that
asked me a
curly
question
hair.
like that. Hey, when he changes the oil in the car, so I'm like, what the fuck, bro? He's a baby.
Yo, if he goes like this,
Yeah.
if he lifts his hands
He's
above
very
his head,
tall. Yeah,
it'll reach your armpits. No shit.
yeah,
He's-
you're right.
he's big,
You're
man.
right. He put his hand up against
And
Red's hand.
yeah,
I'm not lying, yo.
Yeah.
See this distance right there?
Yeah.
That's about how big her hand is compared to his hand. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
dang.
the only space difference. It's
Yeah.
less than it. It's like an inch, if that.
Man.
His hands are big as fuck.
And he's 2.
He'll be 3 in
That's
July.
insane.
Wow. So
he's not even
Seriously,
3 yet.
insane.
Wow.
And I always
He's a big
forget when
boy.
I see him like on Snap or
Yeah, people are
like-
like, they're expecting like a full-on conversation. You're like, it's like, what? Yo, he's not there yet.
For
like,
real.
no, relax.
And I tell, and I see it. I was like, oh shit! I was like, damn, this fool is so. Like today, I saw him on the Snap or
He's a
whatever it
big
was,
boy.
and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this fool's big.
He's a big boy.
Good
It
for
trips
you.
me out, and it's growing so slowly, but yet so fast
Yeah,
that I don't see it. But then I remember certain things that he wasn't able to do just 6 months ago, like certain places we didn't have to worry about baby proofing.
yeah,
Bro, he could reach everything.
yeah.
There's nothing he can't reach.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised he's not on a. He has this thing for climbing on the toilet
you
and then climbing on the sink. Oh shit, I didn't know. He has a thing for climbing on the toilet, climbing on the sink, and he'll get inside the medicine cabinet and he'll try to brush his teeth
Yeah,
because we have like a double mirror or whatever.
Yeah.
And he does it in like 10 seconds. Like if you see him head towards the door, by the time you get up and get to the door, he's already in whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So he's a big ass kid. It's gonna cost me a lot.
No,
All I can
sure.
think of is how much food he's gonna eat.
dude.
That's all I can think of because I hear people talk about it all the time,
Oh,
but
yeah.
now I see.
I got a whole
gonna
separate
be-
fridge in
He's
my
as big as
garage
me.
for my kid.
gonna
He's as
get
big as me.
tired.
Yeah,
He's
the
gonna
twins
be
eat a
eating.
lot.
Well,
I get
actually,
it.
it's for my alcohol now, but
It's
the
for my-
quarantine.
It's
ration.
for my
Right.
alcohol.
Okay, so all right, y'all ready? I
Yeah,
got
what's
2
your
serious
question?
questions.
Yeah.
And
But
I'm
then-
asking this for myself as well.
Uh-huh.
Diesel's not there yet.
Yeah.
And I'm asking Candice and Christian because you guys have teenagers, and this
Okay.
is a real conversation.
I have a
It's like,
teenage son. His name's Benny.
Benny?
He's a Shih Tzu.
Really?
Yeah, he's 3 years
The little
old.
blondie.
He's 3
right?
years old in dog years. So.
21 officially.
So he's not born yet. Okay, so we always used to like watching those show. What was it, like Pregnant at 16? What was it called?
16 and
Oh, at
pregnant.
6. Uh huh.
16 and Pregnant.
MTV.
No, I never had a true. I liked it, but I never got like in it because I couldn't relate at that time. At that time, I was anti-kid. You feel me? But at
Yeah.
that time, you had a kid.
So me and Christian both
Early.
had
Yeah.
kids early.
And so
yeah.
this hit home for you guys. I remember specifically.
You guys were like 14, right?
For
I was 13. She was 12.
I was 15.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but
just kidding.
this show was so significant. I remember specifically we were at like a club. You guys had like a full 10-minute conversation about like this show and like just not reminiscing, but just thinking, considering like what if or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I remember it closed out with you guys being like, oh hell no, it never, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, your son is
16.
16.
Yeah, he
going
just
on
turned
17.
16. Mm-hmm.
Full ass grown man. He's like what, 6'5"?
Yo, he's big as fuck.
Yo, how
Seriously,
big
he's
is
taller
he?
than me.
He's 6'2".
He's basically
taller than me.
about
Yeah.
a year from the league, basically.
Yeah,
Basically.
hopefully.
Christian has 2 very, very, very handsome twins. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
And they got a little swag to them. You know what I
Pause.
mean? They're
Yeah.
athletes, and they're not normal athletes. They're like elite athletes. I mean, they're doing what, 100-mile races. Like they're fit.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
You know, they're prime stock in the teenage
Oh,
world.
yeah.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
of them. So my question to you is, how do you have that conversation with them when it comes to, listen, I know you're going to do what you're going to do, and when the time comes, you're going to be smart enough to not do what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah.
But
that's
how do you
crazy.
have that conversation with them if they come to you and they say, hey, I got one on the way?
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't even want to
One at
think
a time.
about that
One at
yet.
a time. But like, how would you address it? One at a time.
So I was I was 18 when I had Anthony, and
A teenager yourself.
yep,
Okay.
yep, right out of
How
or
old, Candice?
18.
We ain't-
Let's
don't
do
the
some math. Let me get my
people.
calculator.
Don't
Let me
do
get
the
my
math.
calculator. Wait a minute.
I'm still 25.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm almost 25. I'm almost
Okay, okay,
25.
okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's
Yeah.
a little different because like Christian's a guy, like the
See,
guy
and that's
conversation
what I
to the
wanted
guy.
to hit on. Why is it
That's why
different?
they're talking.
I mean,
why is it different?
I think for a kid, like I tell him all the time, like,
Yeah.
hey, if you're gonna do something, you better use a condom. Like,
Yes.
hey, I don't want to hear about stuff right now.
What's
yeah,
that?
but oh, mom, stop, you're gross. Oh, why are you talking
He's
about
probably
this?
turning around like,
Like,
Yeah, what's this?
Or I'll
condom
joke
thing you're
around
talking
saying
about?
like, hey, do I need to get a cookie jar full of condoms? Because I don't want to be a
Cookie
grandma
jar.
all
Oh
young.
my
That's
like,
what's up.
God.
damn, you're
But-
doing some Dan Bazarian
Stroking
shit.
to the east. If it's stroking. No.
no. Ah.
Okay, anyways. All right. No, real talk.
But-
Let's get on our serious parent
And you
phase.
forget, I live
Yeah.
right across from his high school. Like,
Yeah.
from
It'd be nothing to
our
be like,
area
boom,
was
boom.
the ditching spot.
We used to
Yeah.
ditch to Henry's
That's
house.
y'all used to
Remember?
same neighborhood.
Y'all used to ditch.
See, but this is
Yeah,
what I'm
same
talking about. This is
neighborhood.
the same shit that falls out of sneaking out. This is it.
Mhm.
Y'all giving up too much game right
I ain't
now.
cutting this shit out.
Hey,
Hop in the
man,
fence.
hop
Okay,
in
Oh,
the
okay,
man.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's stay on
But
track.
they didn't
Let's
have
stay
the
on
Ring
track.
app back then.
Exactly.
You know you can disable that shit.
Hey,
From
don't
a-
be,
from-
hey,
from a
hey,
phone.
Don't be talking about that.
Yeah.
Give them ideas.
Uh-huh.
She gets a notification.
Yo, and
when
he's
it's disabled.
he's seen Ocean's 11. Everyone knows all you gotta do is take a picture and put it in front of
This
the
fool.
camera.
Relax. That's some Pee Wee
Of the-
Playhouse
take a
shit.
picture of the block, be like, oh, here you go. You wouldn't know no difference.
Yo, that's some Tom and
Seriously.
Jerry shit. Relax.
That shit works,
Oh,
bro.
man.
I've tried it.
Right? No, but I try to tell him like, hey, like it was rough for me.
Yeah.
Hey, I still got things
I
done, but
Yes,
I bet.
you did. Yes, you did. She
but
got it done.
Wait, how old is Anthony? 16?
he's 16.
16.
His birthday is in.
Stop
May?
trying to do the math.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Uh-huh.
just trying to.
35 this year. But go ahead. Yeah.
Travis is
Yeah.
great. Actually in like a week.
In
Yeah,
a week.
something is
Oh,
coming up, right?
yo.
It's in May, right?
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
First week of
May
May, right?
5th.
May 8th.
May 8th.
Almost close.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, because our boys are close in age. Is why.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
And he just needs to know, like,
Yeah.
be respectful, like,
Right.
make sure, like,
Normal stuff. But the thing is,
But
that
why-
The things
okay,
you tell him normal.
Why is it
he's
different?
doing kind of normal things as we would as kids.
But what's normal?
Normal is just, I don't know, like rebellious, not wanting.
I see.
You know, with
I see.
my kids, like they don't understand the importance of family time, being together on
Yeah.
every side of the family, not
Well,
just
their
mom,
time is different. than
dads,
ours. Yeah.
grandmas, whatever. Because
Mm.
I did the same thing when I was their age. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna auntie's here, auntie's there,
Mhm.
and thank God I still have like 80% of them.
Right.
But if I didn't, it'd be a different ball game
Yeah.
because I would lose out. I would have regret. But you know, that's just one thing
Yeah.
that they can do more of,
Right.
spreading their love.
Right. You know
all
they
over.
don't have. It took me literally 30 plus years to understand this main difference between how children see time and adults see time.
Mm-hmm.
We're all over 20, so
Yeah.
we've experienced 20 years. We know what that feels like in our hearts and our emotions and our minds, literally minute for minute, second for second. Some of us in this room have experienced 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
So like they know what 50 years feels like. So our perception of time is fundamentally different than a 15-year-old. They've only experienced
right.
15
You're
years.
right.
Yeah.
But, and you know how you asked that question about like if one was on the way?
Yeah.
I would have
How would
to
you
look
handle
at it.
that?
Um,
What if
shit,
both
like,
were on the way at the same time?
Man, then you know what? Honestly, I have had a lot of downfalls
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
Situational, people dying,
Right.
relationships,
Right.
drama, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like I just expect some shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
I
I
feel you.
expect it, I have my guard up.
Yeah.
So I already know what I'm gonna say about it,
Yeah.
and that's like my downfall too.
Yeah.
Because like if I really fell back on it,
Yeah.
like maybe I should.
Yeah.
As
It's a
hard as-
learning moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they told me, I'll be like, oh damn, let me think about it. I would think about it.
Uh,
And then
That's
the-
honestly, that is the realest and wisest answer.
I was
you could've given.
21
And
with
what-
no
yeah.
job.
how was
Uh.
Dad's response when you told him that
Oh
something
shit!
was going to happen?
Good
Christian.
fucking question. Great follow.
Tell me. I mean, I know.
No.
I know, but others don't.
About the twins?
Yeah.
Oh, he cussed everyone out.
Yeah.
Cussed them out.
Except
Me
me.
too?
Except me.
Except you.
Cussed them out.
I'm a
Are
good
you
kid.
serious?
My dad has never said a cuss word in front of us ever until
Never
that
heard.
day.
Never heard my dad cuss.
Never.
I didn't even hear him that day. I don't.
Get out the house.
What?
I wasn't even there.
Dang.
It was crazy.
One
man.
of those like boys in the hood swinging.
Yep.
at- Oh,
It was like that.
shit.
Like what?
How did you feel like as
I
his
felt
favorite
like
son?
favorite son. I felt like damn, like they must not like something. But I kind of
This fool.
but I expected some shit already. You know what
Trying
I
to
mean?
make them grandparents up
But
in
I
here.
have to, But
I'm doing y'all a
Ungrateful?
favor. I'm bringing love to this family.
Shit. That's your name.
oh,
Yo.
You know what?
you
Never
wanna
mind.
bring the motherfucker to me. I mean,
Oh,
Pelican
man.
Bay. 23
Oh,
hour
I
lockdown.
love that fucking scene, bro.
Dang, shoe program. You know,
Yeah.
I felt like, man, wow, he's going
Yeah.
off.
Mm.
And mom had to be the one
Mhm.
to settle him down and to settle the twins' mom down. Because I wasn't trying to
What?
hide nothing.
Oh yeah.
I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
Dang,
And I
that's
was being
so
a man about
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
But when you're
Oh,
young and
were
you try
you
to be a
nervous?
man about something, no, I was not
You
nervous.
were. You know what?
I was
I
not.
remember you were not. It was weird. It was
Yeah.
weird. It was like. It was almost like. I don't even know. I couldn't even relate it to anyone because you were the
Yeah.
only person I knew.
No, because I thought you being a man telling
Yeah.
information to another man that might respect your
Oh, it was like
way
off
of
the top.
approaching.
Yeah. But you
No.
weren't a man in his eyes.
No,
right?
he
that's-
thought
yeah.
he thought that I was trying to be too much of a man
Yeah.
too much of the time.
Get that
Yeah.
mic up right there, Chico.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. there you
Yeah. I got
Does
you.
that make
You were
sense?
too cool with it.
Not even that. I just knew I was gonna get some backlash,
Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
came
You were
quick.
just ready.
And mom,
Yeah.
when I knew mom was trying to be like the peacemaker,
go. Mm-hmm.
I knew I was okay,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and she needed to talk to my dad because I was older. I kind of
Yeah.
understood a little bit of a relationship at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit,
And this is when they just thought it was one.
For real?
bro.
Oh my god.
Candice, Trev,
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
you know,
This is when they thought it was just
No.
one
That
baby.
was
Yeah,
moms.
'cause-
Aw.
because twins, yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
I'm-
was
and
that?
You know what I had to tell
Wow.
mom? I said, Mom, I didn't even tell him he had twins yet.
What
And
Mom
she
said.
she looked at me like I was crazy.
Wow. He said,
She's like, that's funny, man.
wide
yeah, he's about to
eyed.
kill you.
What do you mean? No, you're lying. Mom had the pictures in my
Oh,
pocket.
dang.
Oh,
Look,
4
You
eyes.
see those two little dots? Those are your grandsons. She's like, you have to be like super honest with me. And
Yeah,
she
man.
tells me that because she has to go
Yeah, it's
relay it
my
to my
mom, yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
My dad's in his room watching ESPN.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
downstairs talking to my mom because mom came down. David, stop. Go in your room. I'll talk to him type of deal, you know?
I love my mom.
She's
Man.
awesome, dude.
No, my mom is awesome.
She reminds me of like a drug dealer's wife.
Yeah, I
Like a
can see
drug
that.
lord's
I
wife.
can see that.
Like
Oh, yeah,
nothing
yeah.
shakes her. Like I
Yeah.
can tell,
Yeah.
like let's say, like I honestly,
Man,
this is
I'll
why I
tell you
felt so
cold, my mom-
comfortable in
She's
the
so
house.
strong,
I could
too.
feel like if I came home at 2:00 in the morning, I was shot. I felt like your mom would have been like, "Okay, man, go get
You know
some
what?
Tums."
She's my,
you know, like
for
what
real.
the fuck?
Yeah,
You know what
seriously.
I mean? Like I feel like I would be
exactly,
like,
man.
she
Check
would.
this
Still
My mom
be
is so
calm.
balanced, dude.
Yeah, she's-
seriously.
You know how she broke it?
Weirdly calm.
My dad had a church. My dad's been a pastor since I was a kid. He had a church that he brought to Riverside, and we would go, like unwillingly,
Mm-hmm.
like 50% of the time,
Yeah.
right? Because we were older, or we
Yeah, you
thought
had
we were
things
older.
to do.
Because
Yeah.
we're having kids, we're older.
Tired.
You have a job, you're older.
I was working club. Yeah, I was tired.
You know what I mean? So you,
I'd still go.
you think in your mentality, right? Your mentality tells you, oh,
Mhm.
I'm working. Mom had told my dad at church. My dad's most to me as a kid. I don't know if you're
That's
different,
a smart place to tell him.
bro. I'm telling
It's a
cartel
smart
shit, right?
Place to tell him.
My
Yeah.
dad's highest point of his day
Yes.
Yeah.
was always after a sermon.
It was
Oh,
great.
yeah. He
It was-
told on Sunday.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
weird. You were saying this. I was thinking about this today. Go ahead.
Really?
I swear.
No
I
shit.
swear to God.
So for me, like it was always the time like he got the message across.
Mm-hmm.
The people received it well. We're gonna eat now because that's how church was. It was always
Mhm.
service,
Yeah.
fellowship, talk. Mom told my dad and me at the same time. She said, "David, come here," and it was away from everyone, but it was still at the church. You remember how you told your dad that you were having or you know who was pregnant? Yeah. You need to tell him what you told me. And then she made me tell him
man.
that it was twins.
That was the hardest part.
What
Oh.
was
at
his-
church because he could not react
Yeah.
in a manner that he would react at
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. He said, "Are you kidding me, boy? Don't kid with me, boy. Serious?" You know, he said,
Yeah.
"Serious." And I was like, "Yeah."
You say that.
And I pulled the same pictures I showed my mom. I said, "Serious? Serious?" He went, "Wow!" And he was so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
I was
so-
waiting for that.
It was
I
like
waiting
3
for
days
that.
after I
Yeah.
originally told him.
Yeah.
It all
Cool
sunk
down,
in.
and
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I'm not trying to go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You're
need to go
going.
to
Yeah.
church.
Mhm.
She planned the
And that was
whole
like
thing.
one of
Yeah.
like 10 times she told me you need to be at church.
Yeah.
The other 9 would be like
Uh.
Easter, your aunt's coming
Yeah.
for New Mexico, Auntie Josephine or whatever would be at church.
Yeah.
And Dad would be like, "Yo, serious."
Yeah.
Oh man, he gave me a hug. That was
Yeah.
it.
That's when I think
That was
that's
it.
when he finally
I was like,
realized it
oh.
was a blessing.
But my mom
You know
played
what I
it
mean? Yeah.
at church.
Yeah.
'Cause
wow.
there's,
Yeah. It's witnesses.
as many people are listening to this podcast right now, that's how many people were at the church. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
We won't give the numbers out, but that's real.
Thousands.
Because we talk about like we're talking to a congregation.
Yeah.
We know the numbers.
Oh, she did it in front of the whole.
Not in front.
Oh,
On the
okay.
side.
Just
But
on the side.
He couldn't react.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
Yeah.
smack me up in front of him.
Right.
He had no choice.
Yeah.
And it sucks because
She's
like,
smart.
it may
Yeah.
be smart. It may
Yeah.
be like
But I think it's one of those things. Is like you can only like people
You can
that
only
don't
get mad,
have
so mad
anger in
for-
their heart can
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
keep it.
And
for
guess
so
what?
long.
As soon
Yeah.
as
And
they were
then
born-
you got to figure out what's the next step.
as
what
soon
you're
as they were
doing.
born, watch out,
Yeah.
son. You get some rest. You got to go merchandise at Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
You know,
that's
or I'm
what's
sorry,
up.
It was
you
like
gotta
the
go sell
best thing
AT&T.
that happened to my
'Cause
dad.
I didn't have a job. I didn't have a
Yeah.
job when they were born.
Yeah.
They were born in August. I got my job at AT&T the next month.
Mm.
And from them, thank God, I got hooked up low key from my mom and my other friend, my mom's friend.
Yeah.
And I was making
Mm.
great money.
Yeah.
That's what's
And
up.
that's I was at 21, like driving a limited expedition.
Yeah.
You worked with me before though.
Huh? What you guys
Oh.
did? Oh, the Metro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Club Med. No, but that was just like
Yeah, but
Just little side
Yeah.
stuff.
he
And
was there. Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
So yeah.
when I
So
told
That
my
was-
parents, they
Yeah.
Who flipped?
Mom,
my
dad.
my
What?
mom.
Yo, if your mom flips,
My
Candice,
mom.
Yeah.
She
her
my
dad's just like ours, bro.
What?
Like straight
Yeah.
up, same
Mhm.
class,
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
mentality.
What?
my dad was pissed, but he shook his head and he was like, it was
Because
You're one
girl.
of. You're
Yeah.
one of
You
what?
got it easier, I think, Candice.
no, it was
Siblings
just like
wise.
disappointment. Like it was like you could see it all over their face. They were disappointed.
But
Were
you're
you-
are
you-
young, That's young.
And I-
Hold on. Candice, are you the youngest or oldest?
I was the youngest.
Okay.
And
you were the
then
youngest.
my sister, me and my sister are 18 years difference.
Did you
So-
look at them the same way they looked at you when you found out they were pregnant?
when my mom
Shade.
it was shade. My mom told me she was pregnant, and I was like, "Ew, you guys still do it?"
Damn.
Don't you feel bad now?
And she said,
Yo.
"Candice, we're old, but we're not dead."
That's Mexican shit.
That's what's up. Pops be
No,
knocking
that's
it.
not even big. That's old school
Dang.
statements and
Ain't that
phrases.
dead
and
over here?
quotes.
Damn. Pops is. Damn.
This guy right here.
Damn.
Oh man, yo.
Pops be out shooting BBs.
Oh no. Dang.
Dang, that's what's up, Pops.
wow.
Yeah, no.
That's tight.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Candice Pops.
So-
But my dad's always like he's sociable and
Yeah.
like
Oh, yes, he
lively
is.
and like he likes to he
Yeah.
looks like scary. He looks scary, but he's
Scary Larry,
he's
looking.
scary
Yeah.
Larry.
Larry's
Yes.
a homie, man. That's my guy right
Player to player, pimp to
there.
pimp.
Yeah. He's always telling me, "Hey, look up for my daughter." I got you, man. I look up for Candice
Yep,
for sure,
yep.
dude.
When did you guys know it was gonna be like okay?
When they were born.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, when they were born.
Yo,
it was just
I've
like-
never seen my dad happier in his life. Seriously.
Man.
Seriously.
Same.
At that time, I was living in the
Yeah.
same house, so
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that was even like
They helped
oh,
out
damn.
so much.
My dad's
too,
face
like,
is literally
two-
glowing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
He's
I could-
proud.
I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
He was
I
proud.
seriously could
Yeah.
not handle like. Everyone says, "How did you handle 2 kids
Yeah.
off your first?" I was
Yeah.
like, "I don't know. Probably the same way as you held on to your first, because that's
Yeah.
all I knew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was nothing any different.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
one, it may have been easier, but I don't know.
Right.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I was young. I was just doing working.
Yeah.
You know, Dad was doing the most.
Yeah.
He,
for
Dad
sure.
was
Always.
doing more than me
Yeah, but he always made time.
initially. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I feel
oh,
you.
he's like, "I got it, son. Go sleep. You got to work tomorrow."
Yeah. That's what's up.
So
Big props to the dad.
Yeah,
My
big
dad.
props.
Our
But
dad.
I
Your
Probably,
say
dad,
like, but
parents.
The thing
Yep.
is, he was a dad, just like
Yeah.
any of you would be if your
Yep.
kids or
Yeah.
dog told you they were pregnant.
Yeah.
Benny came up to you, "Dad,
My
I'm pregnant."
dog.
You know what
my,
I'm saying?
my dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll kick that fool.
That's
Get out of
hilarious.
here.
That's
Get out of here.
That's the same thing,
The
though.
fuck?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
From the
it.
neighbor dog.
Hey, it was rough, but in hindsight, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Would I react the same to answer your question,
Yeah.
Tribe? I wouldn't act the same, but I
Yeah.
could, because I've been through it,
Yeah.
so I could act.
And that's why I asked
And
you
it's
guys
no
this,
means
because it's
justified,
like you guys were there, and you know how you wish they would have reacted, and now that you're on the other side and very close to this, not very close, not that he has like some girlfriend right now or something.
He
Like,
better
where
not.
is he right now?
He's with my parents, actually.
He's what?
He's at my mom and dad's house.
Quote,
Him and
unquote.
my dad
Can
are
we
super
call
close.
your mom and dad right now? No, but the reason I'm asking
He ain't
is
staying
because
home alone right now.
this scenario is so close to what could happen in 1, 2, 3 years. Not saying that it will. I'm just saying, like,
It
keeping
could.
it real. Keeping it real.
Keep it
The
super
reaction
real.
that you wanted to get from your parents, would you necessarily find it the appropriate reaction right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I would probably have a positive reaction.
Yeah?
Even though I don't even want to call it an issue.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't.
wanna call it-
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't. I honestly
Yo.
don't
But
know
you know
what
what?
my reaction.
You know
would
what
be.
I would probably do? Call my brother. Call
Oh,
Candice.
yeah.
Call Travis.
Word up.
And bring my girl with me.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
let's go meet at such and such bar.
Word up.
Yeah.
I got some shit to
I
tell
got
you.
a vent.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
You know
I had
what
a-
I'm
I can't
And we would
wait
be in
till the
support.
bar is open.
We would be in
Right.
support because it's kind of
Yeah.
different now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, the way that we grew up is different than we are now. Not that we're not bad. We're not, but
Oh,
we're
it's
just our
very
own person
different.
now. We're just our own person now,
Yeah.
and that's okay. It's okay
And
to be our own people.
Now more than ever, like, we see how important community is. Friends are
Yeah.
helping your person who's down, and like, I see all the time you're giving packages to people and food and
So you
different
so
things
you guys
during
are
the
socialists.
quarantine.
You guys are socialists.
No, I'm talking about like friends and family, yo.
So you
Hey,
Um,
no joke though. Okay, so
yeah.
today my tire blew out,
Yeah.
and so there was like this guy on Van Buren, and I don't like to ever like share too much, but there is
Yeah.
a guy on Van Buren.
Then what are you
and,
here for?
This is a sharing table.
This is what we do.
Yeah, this is the red table.
Share your
So
ass.
So there was a
This is
person
the
on the highway.
this the red table. We let
Yeah.
it bleed on this
Jay,
table, girl.
but
Damn.
he
Shout out to
he
Jay.
was like selling masks, and
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him because it was hot. It was so
Mexican dude?
so Mexican
Fucking
dude, like
hot as
old
fuck,
Mexican
too.
You
dude.
should have been selling water. The fuck you selling masks for, bro?
Step your game up, Mexican
For
dude.
real.
Come on.
Listen,
And they
listen.
usually
Listen,
know
Linda,
what's
listen.
up. They usually know what to sell.
Dude, right?
After the football games,
Some-
it's like tacos.
Sometimes they
You know,
just
during the
get
hot
dropped
days,
off with a
yeah.
box of Max and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, sell these motherfuckers."
Yeah, this is when Boss gave me.
Oh, man.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
You know-
So we had
Yeah.
like, hey, Anthony was putting gas in my car,
Yeah.
and I
Anybody
had.
was walking around the gas station.
He was
Yeah.
like right
Oh, okay.
outside on
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
and I don't know. I felt like I felt bad
Yeah,
for him,
yeah,
and I
I
felt
feel
like
you, I feel
hey,
you.
God was trying to tell me like, hey, go do
Yeah.
something, and all
Yeah.
I had was $5, so I was like, yeah,
How dare
go
you.
get a mask or just go give him the money for
Yeah.
it. So he gave it
Nothing
to
in
him,
return.
and that was it. So then we're driving, and Anthony's driving because he has his permit right now.
Oh,
He couldn't get his
shit.
license because they
miss out.
closed the DMV. So
Yo, I can't
he
even.
he can't
That's
do his
another
test,
story.
so
Yeah.
we have to reschedule it. So
Right.
anyways, he's driving and going up Van Buren. We get a flat tire, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, pull over,
Yeah.
like turn into this area, and we were able to turn in. But like, I feel like karma, like it really comes back at you sometimes because
does.
there was a guy that came
Interesting.
and
Nope.
and changed the tire for us. Like he
Yeah.
was like a lady came out of the house
Yeah.
and she's like, hey, my boyfriend can go and do it.
Yeah.
So the guy came out, changed the tire for us,
Yeah.
and we were on our
He's
way.
probably like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No,
But,
real
yeah.
talk. I believe in that so much
In
because
karma?
if you didn't, or just energy. I think karma is just energy. But if you didn't stop to give him that $5, you probably would have
Wouldn't-
missed that couple that was
Mhm.
at the house. They probably would have been in the house or been somewhere else, never saw you. You probably would have stopped in a different location. Like, everything has something to do
Yep.
with the next move. So because you stopped
interesting.
and did that, you could have stopped and like spit in his face or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
you just would have been like too prideful to ask for help.
I would have been fine.
But
I know. I
but
changed my own
because you
tire.
stopped, I'm a true believer in karma as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Good for
because some
you.
of the best things.
not you, Dave.
No,
No,
I don't.
seriously.
I'm in
Oh.
between.
I
I
don't
really
believe in that
am.
shit.
To
I
believe
really
in
am.
karma,
Yeah.
think about it this way.
Tell me.
You don't believe in it, right?
No,
And you believe
Oh,
that
you do
bad
not?
things and good things happen because they just happen, right?
I believe
Well, I'm middle ground. I'm like half.
Yeah.
and
I
half.
believe-
I can see people do
Right.
people.
my karma is
Mm-hmm.
is different than what people think. I believe in the golden rule.
Okay.
So do
do
unto
for
others.
others what you'd like to do for
That's it.
yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's
and it's
that's
and
a
it-
great
and it's
rule.
kind of a give
Yeah.
and take.
Right.
It's not that I'm gonna do something to expect something. Fuck that.
It sounds like that rule is tainted with self-justice.
It's okay. It's in the Bible, Travis.
No. What I'm
it's okay.
saying is like, do unto others as they do to you. So
Yeah.
don't give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Just be nice to. Give other people
be
a
nice.
kick in their ass if they're being dicks.
You gotta
Well,
be nice to
hell
an
yeah.
extent,
No,
but
I
you
feel
can't
you.
be
No, I
overly
agree
nice
with
and
him as
have
well.
because it could be
But it's
people
different
can
from
walk
karma.
all over that stuff too.
I've passed out thousands of lunches. Me and my brother, my dad, my friends, Kyle Coleman, rest in peace, Kyle Coleman.
Yeah.
You remember Kyle Coleman?
Big homie.
You know, and we learned at a young age, like Davian. I remember going out to Long Beach. What park was it, bro? Do you remember? Off the top of your head?
No, I don't.
Where was it
but it
by?
was on Long Beach Boulevard.
It was one where the homeless kicked it at all the time.
It's on Long Beach Boulevard.
Whatever
It could be
was.
Liberty Park.
For
I
Thanksgiving,
think
when
it's
you
Liberty
guys
Park.
would do your
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
exactly.
meals.
Yeah. There's a
My
lot
dad.
of
That's where it
parks.
started. My
There's a
dad
lot
would
of
take us
parks.
out like young. I'm talking super young. Son, pass these out. They're gonna say some stuff. Just pass them out. If they have anything to say, just tell them to ask for your or tell them to go to your dad. You just pass them out, and they always had something to say. Well, how come no two mayonnaise
Can I get two
packages?
Yeah.
What is this?
What is this?
Wasn't it?
Oh,
Can I
I'm
get
a
another
free.
one?
Do you have?
Are you gonna
any
be
of
here?
this?
Are you gonna be here tomorrow?
Exactly. Why don't you
Yeah.
come every day?
Yeah.
All the questions. But the thing is, we were always taught just to pass it out and like deflect to the other person. Like my dad, we as kids, right? And I seen that when I did it by myself, I would tell the kids the same thing. But the thing is, karma, I just never expect back.
Yeah.
I never expect
Yeah.
back 2,000 lunches that I passed out, whatever it is. I don't know. Karma, I get it on Travis's end. My brother, golden rule, I understand it. Maybe I'm in the middle.
So my thing is, humankind doesn't reward me. God does.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
only thing that I look forward to. That's the only thing I have faith in. I don't have faith in humankind. I
But
really
we were
don't.
made by God. So
Exactly.
It's one and the same.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's why I have faith in him that he's going to reward me,
Right.
not humans, not
Yep.
you,
Right.
not my brother.
But if
Right.
you ever expect anything,
Yeah.
you're
And you
you're
do
in
everything for
a-
No,
God,
no.
yeah.
Okay,
I
don't
get it
expect
twisted.
anything.
Karma doesn't
Mentality.
mean that when you do something good comes back. That's not what it means to me.
Okay.
You know what
To,
I mean?
to
Karma,
most people, it seems like it does.
right?
What's your
Okay,
definition?
let me
of
break
karma?
it down. So karma, like I said, when she was talking, I said it's energy. You feel me? So like if you give someone $5, you could have 500 in your wallet. That doesn't mean that you instantly should get good karma. You could have gave $100 out of that 500.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's expecting something good.
Yeah.
When you do something with a pure heart, with no expectation of
Yep.
getting something back, your karma is clean. Your energy is clean. People are attracted to energy. Body language is 90% of communication. If you have good energy, if your
I'm gonna have to
karma is
fact check that.
clean, yeah, well, I mean, most.
I'm going to go to a
Anyways,
reliable
that's
source
your-
like
Yeah,
CNN.
yeah. No, this is to me this is not only a belief, it's like
I only
gravity.
listen to Fox.
You feel me? It's like it's like gravity. It's like
No, I feel you.
if you if you approach someone without speaking to them on the street, you can kind of tell they're approaching you with bad energy.
Yeah.
Whether they had a fucked up day.
Yeah.
It don't even
Hell
have to
yeah.
be about you.
Exactly.
You can tell if someone just got laid and they're on the cloud nine. Like they don't have to be smiling at you. You can just feel the energy. To me, that's what I mean. What karma is like. Good energy attracts good energy. Doesn't mean you deserve it. Doesn't mean you just did something to have it.
Yeah.
It's just that to cleanse her soul, to cleanse her palette of karma, she did something good for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting, something good happened because you just did something good. She just had good energy. She had her son with the car. They stopped. They weren't upset when they got out, probably. They just had a clean energy, and that attracts people to help you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of times, a young,
Coronavirus.
beautiful female will be helped out on the side of the road. Not always because she's beautiful or whatever she's wearing, is because most.
I don't know. You see what Candice wears?
No, here.
God damn.
No, but if you
You
think
should have
about
saw what
it,
I was wearing earlier.
know.
I was in my pajamas, you guys.
Yo.
It was embarrassing. I was only gonna go we
Yeah.
put gas. I was gonna drop off
Hey,
Anthony.
Yeah.
They got the
No
pajamas with the
makeup
bleach stains
on.
on them and shit.
Oh, damn. The one with
No,
the
those
hole.
go in the trash.
Okay. Who's your
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
The
No,
one with the
but
loose ass
I was
band
making
around the
that.
waist. It's all hanging out
The one
one
that has
fucking
baby
knot guy
fat
right there. Yeah, it's fucking
Hey,
hanging.
Baby
Butt,
fat.
one butt
check
cheeks
this
hanging out. Like,
I'm
oh
gonna
shit.
get you guys with this.
You can't even feel it because they're all
Get you guys
thin.
with this.
Because they're all thin like
the
paper.
pajamas with the hole in the coochie.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Wait a minute, that's not on purpose.
Yo,
No,
they
man,
sell those.
Oh. Anyways, keep your karma clean, keep your energy clean,
I believe
keep
you
your
on that.
positivity.
Absolutely,
good.
Travis.
I've been-
Agree 100%.
And it's just a
After-
choice,
After
yeah.
I gave some lunches to the homeless.
Pick the mic up there, player.
Yeah. Up, down. What's going
It keeps
Yeah.
moving.
Around
Oh,
and
it's
around.
limp.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to tighten it up.
So it was, Christian, finish up right here, and
Right
we're gonna finish
Yeah.
with Candice because we want to
Oh,
go back
yeah,
to
yeah.
what
Oh, okay.
what you
Yeah.
asked her before. Player, you
The
better
word-
think
Oh, yeah.
about this shit.
Okay,
Honestly, like
so
the, wait,
it's
wait,
so
wait,
hard-
hold on. Sorry. The worst thing has
So
happened to me
hard.
after I've done good,
Yeah.
and the best thing has happened to me after I've done well.
See, that's
or
okay.
good.
That's I get it.
Okay.
So with me, I'm in the middle, both of you,
Yeah.
golden rule and karma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I don't,
Yeah.
I just expect the worst.
It's
all
a
the time
tricky
and then
equation.
adjust,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
Like,
expect anything.
I feel you. Like I said, one of the best books I ever read was Beans In, and there was one line that changed my life forever. People expect everything to be good, and that's where you go wrong. Life is 50-50. 50% of your life, your entire life, you live to be 150 years of your life are going to be great, phenomenal. 50 years of your life is going to be horrible. It's a guarantee. You know what I mean? So, yeah, don't expect good things just because you do good things,
no.
but be prepared for the bad things because that's just life.
All I do is like
What?
prepare to give.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If
Prepare
your
to,
energy is clean, if your energy is good, people are going to see that. It's like the law of attraction. It's a real thing. The
Do
law
you
of
have
attraction is a real
salt lamps
thing.
in your house? I think so.
Salt lamps?
Right?
No, I got a lot of pink quartz
There you
and
go.
crystals and stuff
Okay,
like
yeah, that was my next
Shout
question.
out Red.
There we go. Hey,
But,
that's what's up.
That's
yeah,
energy
no,
shit.
she's not into it. Like she's not fucking doing
Good.
chakras
Good.
and whatever.
Thank God.
Or Iraqi, whatever that is.
Iraqi?
No, Rocky. It's some kind of like
Red, you need to
energy
chill on the Iraqi,
thing.
okay?
that she does.
And there's a lot of people hungry and suffering out there.
Anyways, yeah, just keep your energy good because
Yes.
we're not here forever, and when you die, you want to leave with a clear conscience.
My man.
Yeah.
Back to your question, Christian, about Candice's experiences with myself.
So
Or-
okay,
Or, all of
A lot
us.
of them,
Oh,
Candice?
she has been thinking.
there's so many, you guys.
Oh,
like,
stop it. Really?
no, they're really.
Okay.
Most of them
We don't
all
have that much
involve
time. We don't have that
alcohol.
much time.
I want you to start with Trav.
What?
Start with Trav. There you go.
Don't start. Why does everything start with me?
Because
See,
you know what?
Why do
Because
you always say everything starts with you?
hey, that's
It does not start with you.
It never does.
Clearly,
Travis.
it's starting with me.
Go ahead.
just his questions just
Okay.
happen to land
Yeah,
on.
I don't. Okay, so
Yes.
most of the time we all hang out. It's at night.
And we're
We're
drunk.
drunk. We're drinking.
Okay.
Like we're okay. So like with David,
Yes.
okay.
Start with
Years
David.
ago,
Oh
Sunday.
my God,
Sunday.
It was Sunday.
the Lord's Day.
It was
So
Sunday.
Lord, we went
Yes.
to church.
Damn.
After church.
Yes, you stole her Bible.
Synagogue.
I stole her Bible. That's great. Damn.
I think it was at Sevilla's upstairs. They have the
Yeah, church
upstairs.
is
Oh, the day
of-
party.
Oh, day party?
The day party. I
yeah.
remember
You okay?
I went to one of them. Like you guys would go every Sunday,
We
and
would invite you
yeah,
every,
and
and I
I-
think you came out one time.
yeah, I kind of came out one time. But that one time, you guys were turned up, and I
We
just
were
remember
always turned up over
always.
there.
And you would just kept giving me drinks after drinks, and
I was a manager.
it was badass. Like
So
it,
A-OK, Sevilla's up top.
You okay? It was
Oh,
you
you
okay?
okay? My bad.
Was
I don't
Sunday
know how
day
y'all
party.
did that in the summertime in the
That
sun.
She was
dope.
lit.
right?
Hell
And they
no.
were like they were there before me, and they stayed there when I left. And like he was chill, like he
Yeah.
was like ain't nothing, like. And I'm like, oh my goodness, and that's always how Dave is. Like
Yeah.
wherever we're going, he's turned up, but
I've
he's
never
still like
seen him,
super
like,
calm
drunk,
and
drunk.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a professional
Professional
alcoholic.
drinker.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah,
That's
you
why,
are Travis.
That's why I have to know
Yes.
what are we doing and
Yeah.
what are we doing after. And
Right.
what are we doing after
Need
that?
a
Because
safe
I need
place.
to pace myself.
I just go with the flow.
Dang. So okay.
But
So
I don't
what's
get
up? What's
crazy.
up with Christian, Candice?
Yeah.
Oh, don't end on me. And
Sure.
then go to
What?
Travis.
No, it
You're
was
gonna
your
reverse the whole thing.
question.
Go to Travis
No,
next. Go to Travis
me
next.
and Candice's our moments together are always the same. It's like, hey,
Yep.
haven't seen you in a long time. You look amazing. How's the boy? Okay.
Yep.
Would you
Yep.
like 14 Jack and Cokes?
Downtown Riverside.
yeah.
We go to the
Oh,
casino.
insane.
That's like a
safe
Redlands.
number.
Like
I
Yeah.
remember like
And it's always-
specific times, and they were always when we went back to your house. And you
Yep.
cooked for everybody.
Yep. Gave us
the
more
Super
drinks.
Bowl. You were always doing something big for the Super Bowl.
Christmas.
Give us
Eve.
give us a
Yeah.
place to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it was.
oh my
never-
goodness! When you
Yes.
was it you that ripped off the alarm or my fire? What was it?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
drunk, remember? And it was like beep beep, and we
Davy
and you
Dave was
went
the one.
on my
Davy
wall,
Dave.
and you
I
ripped
did
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
ripped
did you rip
I
it
just
off
remember
the
he was
wall?
making too much noise. He's like, fuck this shit, trying to sleep, and then he went to go sleep on like her
Futon.
The couch.
the couch, but on top of the couch, like how cats do.
Like a recliner.
Oh,
Oh.
like the
You know,
back
cats-
of the couch.
It was a
Yeah.
recliner.
The
It was a
recliner.
recliner.
Uh-huh.
He
Wow.
slept with
Chair.
the cat for like 8
That's
hours
right.
with his hand on his head.
He totally ripped it out, and then it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was from the fire, like the
Wow. Oh, from the
smoke
roof?
alarm, the smoke detector.
What the
but,
fuck?
but
Like
he
super
thought, but he
official.
thought it was the
Fucking
alarm,
Spider-Man over
and so he
here.
ripped off the alarm. But he was so
Shut up!
He did the most.
Shut up!
yes, and I was like,
And
oh,
it's still beeping.
I was like, it's okay, I'll get a new one because I'm
Candice
drunk.
just
Yeah,
moved
yeah.
in the house
Yeah.
3 months prior.
Wow. No
probably threw it in
receipt
the
for
street.
that. Shut the
I
fuck
forgot
up,
about that
dude.
one.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of good times
Yep.
that I barely remember.
Right, and then Travis is always like just drinking. We order like I just love that. Like we can go and like somebody
Order
gets the
drinks.
first round, and
Yeah.
then somebody else gets
Yeah.
the second
Second.
round, and like we all just
It's like 10
rotate.
people. We get
It's-
like 10 rounds.
right.
And then the 8th, 9th, and 10th never pay anything.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
That's true.
No.
Why does it always end up like that? Like,
Right.
who got this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I know
By
my
that
friends.
time, you'd be lucky if you remember to get your bank card.
True.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We don't drink that much.
No, absolutely not. We only went through a bottle of Hennessy and 4
All right.
roses
We
today.
saved the best for
Right.
last.
Dude, and then with Christian, there's oh my goodness, there's so many.
There's
like
so many.
it's
Remember when he dyed his hair pink?
That's a lie.
blonde.
No, never
I'm just
blonde. No,
kidding.
never. You guys are doing way too much. These listeners are like, oh,
I
man,
would
can't
randomly
hear
do
for
that all
story.
the
There's no
time, and
story.
people would believe
There is
me.
no stories of
Oh
that.
man,
There
no,
is
he's never dyed his hair pink or blonde.
Oh man.
Green one time, but
never died.
Green
my
one
hair.
time.
With Christian, there's way too many. There.
when did
just,
you know Christian was going to be a good friend of yours?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh.
Like when did you know? Like what was
I
the
think that was
moment when
high
you
school.
that
were
was the
like,
high
Yo,
school. that
Candice-
was like this.
Yeah.
the-
Candice
Candice
there's
and the
always
whole-
like
check this
one-
out.
Because you
Hey,
guys went to high school together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
remember,
still,
Probably
there's,
my
like,
sophomore year,
I'm
a
gonna
year
answer-
after.
I'm gonna answer
Yeah.
it because
Okay.
we had this like date the football players.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that
an
shit?
auction.
Auction.
Uh-huh.
And like people were getting
Those are
bids.
so fun.
And I
son.
knew
That's how
someone
it
that was gonna
starts.
pay
Yeah,
like
those are so
super
fun.
top notch dollar.
Yeah.
$40.
And she was like a 3. And I was like, I went to my homegirl.
Hey, that's the way it
Candice,
goes,
and my
player.
Homegirl
Yeah.
was
That's
like,
the way it goes.
yo, you cannot let me go with
What do
it.
you
Was
mean
like for a
three?
date.
Like she was number 3.
It was a fundraiser. So
was
it
a
was
fundraiser.
the football players were getting auctioned off.
A 3
Like-
out of 10.
Who was number 3
A
though?
3 out of 10 player.
No, a girl
I got
was like
word that
was
some girl was gonna like
fugly girl.
Stephanie.
Oh, bro.
Hey, that's cool.
Jennifer.
No, it is
Tiffany.
not cool, man. Like I'm not trying to do that because you had a date at
Melissa.
lunch.
Now I feel
What
bad
was
that
her
I
name?
ruined it.
still-
for
Shout her
her.
out.
You still,
I ruined her.
you still
day.
got her on Facebook?
Nah.
No.
Yes, he paused.
No, I paused because I was just like, hell no.
Guilty.
But I remember her and a few other homegirls came up with a bunch of cash together
Actual money?
for one
Yeah.
bid.
Oh
For
shit.
one bid
Oh,
to get
fuck.
me out of the situation
Okay,
because like
gotcha.
she came from a good family.
Gotcha.
She had like
She had money.
$150 easy.
I know who it is.
You know you do not.
I know who it
And then
is.
Bro, you should've-
Candice
You
and the
don't.
homegirls.
She's a
Candice and the
tiny girl.
homegirls came up with like double. I was like, oh shit, like okay.
Nice.
And then like we all had lunch.
Yo,
together.
So,
Hey.
so
He was
basically-
auctioned off for the
so-
most money.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
played
yeah.
the system,
Hey,
basically.
so
Yeah,
what?
hell
what-
yeah.
So your life
Uh-huh.
of crime started there.
Exactly.
Hey, but listen, what would have happened if you let her take him out on a date? Maybe his fate would have changed. Maybe he'd have been like,
With that,
Maybe-
with
yeah.
that
He
other girl?
would have been like a Chinese entrepreneur right now.
No, man.
Should've
Was
been-
she Chinese?
For real, he would have been. He would have been in charge of the vaccines right now.
And no. No,
Yeah,
and things
that's
like
what's
that.
up.
That's when I knew I was like, "Yo, okay, this is some real
Yeah.
shit. Like this is actual
Damn.
money." You know
Good
what I
job.
mean?
Thank
Like,
you, Candice.
You know what I mean? I don't know. What
Saved the
the money's
homie
for, but-
from being kidnapped. Like,
But
get
when
out.
it came time, we are like, "Who's
Yeah.
gonna have lunch?" Was the
Where did
reward
you
for
get the
person.
money, Candice?
No, she came up with the other homegirl.
Homegirl.
No, I know. Where did you guys get the money?
We got into a bunch
No,
of
no, 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 no. I hear you. I'm
Everybody
asking
had like
her
like
specifically.
20, 40 bucks.
So
Where do
you
we-
get the money?
I was just asking for money, like, hey,
Oh,
pitch it
okay.
in. Can I
Yeah,
get $2? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I used to sell
shit, like
candy.
like
I
a
used to sell
GoFundMe.
candy bars. Like
Yes, exactly. And I had to tell
Hey.
the
That's
MC
tight.
like,
Yeah.
yo, this person isn't winning. This person is winning. Just say it, and it will come up
Yeah.
with the money later.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
it was
Damn.
some deep
Yep.
like.
That's what's up.
Yep.
I can
That's
see
what's
how
up.
the presidential
Yeah, that
election
sounds-
was rigged
You
back
s-
in the day.
You sound like a leftist right now, but that's okay. That's cool. That's cool. I
That's
get
when
it.
I found out. Like, she was gonna
Speaking
be a
of
real
rigging, I
homegirl.
think we should definitely on the next pod bring up what's happening to the voting system.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Travis.
You'll find out next week.
next week.
Oh, we'll
Hey, no. It's like,
No man.
have you ever seen Norco's Mexico?
Yes.
Okay, see when they had that computer system and they were rigging the whole
See.
system?
Yeah, bro, that's been
What season is that? 2?
That's season 2, episode 7.
Only on season 1,
Mm.
episode 8.
Oh, okay.
okay, back to Christian real quick though.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
real quick because we gotta end this shit.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah, bro, we 2 hours in,
we
Pope.
can
Oh,
chill
dang.
Nobody's
afterwards,
listening.
but
Everyone's like
yeah.
fucking yawning right
I
now.
know. I ain't yawning.
All right, so Christian we just have a ton of drunk memories,
Yeah.
like
True,
just
true,
a ton
yeah.
of them.
But some also real ones too
Some-
that we won't talk about.
Oh no, like both of you guys were actually there one time. Like when I called
Interesting.
Christian
Interesting,
and
Travis.
you and Travis drove to my house
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
and
Yeah.
came and kind of helped me out and
Like on
I
some
ne-
regulator shit.
Yeah, and I needed
Hold up.
a ride to my parents' house.
Trav, do you remember?
I
I called
remember.
Trav. Trav was
Yeah.
the first person
Mhm.
I called.
Yeah.
Yep.
Candice was in.
You didn't have to say too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candice was in need of some help. I rode up, boom, boom, called the homie Travis, boop, boop, on the next
Yeah.
Nextel. I think we had Nextels in. He's like, "What's up, man? What's the deal?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just here. Let's ride it out,
Yeah.
ride or die."
But it was serious because Candice is the type of person that doesn't ask for anything.
True.
Yeah,
Very
You know
true.
what I
when
mean?
she
Very
You
does.
true.
don't ask
Very
for
true.
anything.
And when she does, I know.
So
it's
when a
some
person like that
real
that
deal
you know,
stuff.
like you said earlier, that will pick up that phone call
Yeah,
if you
man.
need something.
Yeah.
I think I asked you for something simple for like Diesel about like braiding or something. You answer it like right away. But like when a person is like that and they don't ask for anything, and their energy is clean or whatever, you know that if they do ask, it's serious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like, yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
but that's Candice. This is probably the main reason that you're here is because that we respect you and we trust you and we love
Aw.
you.
And
Seriously,
it's a guarantee that your
And-
energy is going to be good.
that's
Well,
it.
I love you
single
guys
time.
too. You guys are definitely family. Not
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Cheers to
And
that.
as a tradition,
Cheers.
like we always do, the person who brought the bottle must finish the bottle.
You gotta finish the bottle.
It's basically finished already.
But is it though? Is it
But listen,
though?
I say we all take a shot.
We can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we
I'll help you
go,
out with
but
that.
before we
Yes,
go,
yes.
we have one thing. So usually what we've been doing the past, I think 4 weeks, dude,
Yeah.
is giving recommendations what you guys have been watching.
Yes.
Uh,
I got some
if you
good
know,
shit.
shoot it.
Let me guess. I'm going first.
Yeah.
No, not this.
Okay,
one.
Christian.
I'll go.
Oh.
All American.
All American.
Ooh,
Ty Diggs.
Tay
No,
Diggs. Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs. What is
Has
it?
I
What
been?
did
Have
I
I
say?
been saying it the wrong way the whole
What did I
time?
say?
Ty Diggs.
Tay Diggs.
It's Tay Diggs, right?
Tay, fool.
Tay Diggs.
Tay
Yeah,
Diggs.
Tay.
Black dude from
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Yes, great actor.
All American.
All American.
What is it on?
Yes.
Netflix.
Netflix.
Check
That's
it out.
it. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my save list.
Summary
For sure,
is
for
a
sure.
kid that transfers from Crenshaw High
Mhm.
to Beverly Hills High.
Yep.
Done.
Perfect. You.
Okay, my recommendation is The Last Dance, Michael Jordan documentary.
Of course.
It's like
Okay.
crack fucking cocaine.
Cocaine.
That shit is, no pun intended, that shit is so good.
It
Like,
is.
I know how legendary Michael Jordan is. I was never like a huge fan of Dennis Rodman,
Yeah.
but I'm becoming a fucking
the
fan.
worm.
Like, dude, this, like, I didn't even know how epic this dude was until they broke. He was already a champion 2 times over before he even joined the Bulls, which everyone kind of like downplays on. He was literally everyone in the league now before they had the balls to be everyone in the league now.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
he set the fucking bar out the fucking window. And I never really gave him 2 looks. I might buy myself a Dennis Rodman.
Oh,
jersey.
you have
I
to.
love that.
Dude, you
I
have
had
to.
one and I sold it.
He's
You have to, bro.
Candice, what
Yeah,
about
no,
you?
like,
What's
Man.
you, if
Yep.
there's one
Yep,
thing you
yep.
could recommend on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus,
Anything you're watching right now.
Tubi, whatever it is.
I haven't started.
HGTV.
I haven't started any new shows lately.
Cooking
Really?
channels, recipes.
Well, what's
and-
YouTube
something?
channels,
What's something that you
subscriptions?
like that someone can find that
Yeah.
you really
Okay,
love?
the-
Just a
TikToks,
recommendation. That's it.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Handmaid's Tale. I loved Handmaid's
Fuck
Tale.
yeah.
What
That-
is it on?
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale
Handmaid's
on
Tale.
Hulu. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is, and we're gonna end on this. Do you have anything else to add? Because I'm gonna fucking shut this shit off.
No.
Bro.
Are you tired?
Actually, I wanted
No,
to
no.
talk about something, guys.
Bro, we're 2 hours in.
Oh, okay.
you act
It's
like
cool.
this film costs money.
It's cool, guys.
I thought I.
Hey, we want to go another. You want to go another hour?
Obviously, we do. I'm just
No,
fucking-
it's cool, guys.
good.
I'll just
Go ahead.
talk to my.
Yeah. I'll just go back in quarantine.
Perfect. So,
I'll talk to my counselor. Don't worry about it.
so my recommendation would be
Yes.
Cuba and the Cameraman.
Cuba and the cameraman.
So what it is, it's a beautiful story, and
God.
you're gonna get a little emotional. Seriously,
Beautiful.
it's great.
Will I
On
cry?
which platform?
It, on Netflix.
Oh shit!
So you go on Netflix, Cuba and the Cameraman. It covers 40 years of one guy going back to Cuba and looking up the same 3 families over 40 years, and it's
I
amazing.
love shit like
It's
that.
amazing.
I love.
So he
shit
sees
like
guys that are 40 years old,
Yeah.
and then at 80 years old.
I
Um,
love
He
that
sees
shit.
guys at 8 years old,
Yeah.
and then at
Bro,
48 years old.
the most knowledge. Okay, listen. The most
Yeah.
knowledge that you'll ever find in your life doesn't come from books, doesn't come from anything else but experience.
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for experience. When you can follow someone for that long, what you learn just from them is unmatched with anything you can learn from any Ivy League school.
So this guy
You
made
feel me?
friends with Fidel
Yeah.
Castro.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that was one of the guys he was following on there, and it's
Damn.
very, very cool.
I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that.
Cuba
Thank
and
you
the
for
Cameraman.
that.
That's-
Thank you.
and
for
it's
that.
on what again?
Yeah.
Netflix. It's the
Netflix,
best thing I've
okay.
seen in a month.
Now, I'm going to be honest. All your other recommendations I have not watched, but this one I am going to watch.
Cuba and the Cameraman.
Cuba and I'm fucking with you. I've watched a
Fucking
lot of them.
cheats.
Yes.
Give me a break.
Candice, you're an amazing person.
Candice, thank you so much for coming.
This was
Congratulations.
fun.
Candice,
Oh.
we love you. Thank you for
Listen.
being a friend.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
if
Always been our girl.
if we needed you to come back, would you come back?
Heck yeah. I will.
Oh, word. Okay.
One time.
What? Okay. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just
Never mind.
Hey.
It's
Congratulations
I
consensus
thought
on
we
the
were
new
really going
kid.
to do like a guy versus girls. I was like,
No,
trying
No,
to-
no, we're gonna
I was
save
like-
that. We're gonna save
Okay.
that. We're
When
gonna
we
save
do
that.
that, it's got to be an even amount of girls.
That's
That's
what
right.
I was
That's
saying. I'm
right.
like, a 3 against 1
We're
would
gonna have
not
to
be
get
cool.
another table in the wider
Nah,
end.
hell
So,
no.
so you better find 2 other girls that
Yeah.
are down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I recommended that we each bring one person, one female, but we could do 3 females of your choosing.
Mm.
No, I think you guys should bring your
Yeah,
one.
it just
'cause
brings
it's-
different
yeah.
walks of
I don't know.
life.
Mhm.
Two
You're
are-
gonna bring all your teachers here. They're gonna
2
be giving
girls
us
actually equal
education.
3 guys, so it's I get it.
Hey.
See, I'm just trying to make up for last week.
Oh, you're done.
But listen, man, we gotta
Caitlin,
go.
do you got anything
Hey,
to say?
Travis.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hi. No, I'm okay, honey. I'm over here shipping my old fashioned.
Bro, you do that. Way
He does
too
that
well.
really well.
Oh
But
my
no,
God.
for real. Listen,
Yeah.
this has been a fucking great show. We're 2 hours in.
Yes.
We can't let anybody fucking waste any more time on this shit.
Oh my
Gotta
god, go,
fucking
go do something
Yes.
different.
Yeah, go fucking eat your
We could
heart
do
out.
it like we could do like a bonus on top.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that way we can finish the rest of the
All right,
episode.
we'll end the
That's true.
normal show right
Yeah,
now.
end it.
Okay.
And then we'll do like a questions and answers.
We're gonna do
End that shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
perfect. Hey, listen, we'll catch you next guy next
Peace.
time. Peace and chicken grease.
Yes. And all that.
Is that what all the
funky
cool
shit.
black people are saying now?
No, they're saying Tapatio a lot. I don't know why.
Oh,
It's like the thing.
He's going back and forth. I don't know what's going on.
It was Red Rooster.